Asante kotoko say yeah, yeah. Asante kotoko say yeah, yeah. Asante kotoko yeah. Asante kotoko yeah.
Asante Kotoko. We are Asante Kotoko supporter. Which who dise metemano oka ho. Ene e praso se officially o register na be Kumasi Asante Kotoko supporter. Ye kase Kotoko ye club of the century na enya gudie ne mom abo so na ne moma so. Etima yen kan wo enka Kotoko supporters ho. E wo fabulous census project mu. E ye simple bra. Obe register ko www.fabulcensus.com and now be dial *920*99#. I will mobile device bia so. And now download the Kotoko Express app no. I will Play Store and App Store. Kai say, ube yin semfobia no. Udi enfia wadi so your banner bema ekura wo momentum no. O digital address, mo upload o Ghana card. And your passport picture background no. Eye fita. Asante Kotoko. We are the pay setters. And this time around, yenye ne pay. Kai say aboa ne ntakra na mane yekese ne ntakra bone de amfanyina kwakyere kwa. Enti otwere udin, we bi di aboa Asante Kotoko enkankro. Ejina wo ho de so, ubetimi afa standard, bronze, silver, diamond, and platinum. Na busumi bia no, we di wo ho de betimi aboa Kotoko. Ubetimi register e wo ZPay, mobile money, e wo network bia so, Visa and Mastercard across the world. We you ntobua e di ama Asante Kotoko. There was special Asante Kotoko Visa card, a free access bank. Utu ya 30 Ghana cedis and one no. Put in the transaction bia across the world. Kaisa wo twere wudi no fabu census yi mu no na wo bo Asante Kotoko ama na nyini abeyekese. Asante Kotoko ukuma pema apembeba eye fa bro.
Nana order on him up out. Esum jaini nothing can wo. Since coffee men say, "Oh, pray your rain fuel, your rain fuel crack crack." Yenya ya bewa, yes renya memo. Oma wa hoarding, ani nyansa na fashe kui mayenda. Nana ye wusu kanubio yesrenya mema muda osei poku kwa brapon osei kwachi munyina nyame mu amuda alhaji ademu ya lawson allen jima munyina yesrema muda nasiani adimamu Yadamase, na no wusu, osei poko, abrapon, osei kweku, kofi mense, simse yadawasi enso, nana poku ware, yadawasi enso, mofreda wasi ensa, Yahweh, 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 nyamima wa wodina. Yedamasa. Umayankai, Yerin Fiuno, one I wait your mukri, Edina Sima Wanada. One share of Batmanson, Papa Yara, Pum Kofi to Four. Adakwa, Ibrahim Sunday, Reverend Osei Kofi, Malik Jabe, Osei Driver, Edina Sigma Moda. Nasia near the mam, we hear na ye rain fimo. Yadamasa, Yadamasi, 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 Yadamaso, Yadamasi, Yadamasi, Robert Messi, Papa Yara, Yadamasenso, Ibrahim Sunday. Edamasensa, Malik Jabe, Ose Drabe, Reverend Ose Kofi, Yadamasenso, Nasinkamo, Yadamasampa, Nasinkamo, Yadamaso, Yadamasita. Asante kotoko say, Asante kotoko say, Asante kotoko, Asante kotoko, Kotoko yebesha mamo. Asante kotoko yebesha mamo. Asante kotoko yebesha, Asante kotoko yebesha mamo. Asante kotoko yebesha mamo. Asante kotoko yebesha mwako. Asante kotoko yebesha, Asante kotoko yebesha ko. Asante nasinka wo afraid I was down. Nana order on him up out. Esum jaini nasinka wo. Since coffee men say afraid you rain fuel, you rain through crack. Yenya ya bewa Yes, Renya Mimo, on my one wording, and Nansa, never shake we may and down. Nanaya Wusu can Wubio, yes, Renya Mimo, or say Poku, Quabrapon, or say Quachi, Nina Yamimua Moda. Alhaja Demu, Yaw Lawson, Allen Jima, Munina Yasrema Muda, Nasiania di Mamu, Yadamase, Lano or say Poco, or Rapon, or say Quaku, Coffee Man say, so Nana, Nana Poku, Yahweh,
Premier League now. You see, yes, a reference living you on with the yellow. Who be say, Papa? Yo, Monfanche. Oh, 80, so we are be. They call ye. They see ye. Premier League, you know, Yabo. And go phobia 89th minute. Was it 95th minute goal? Na Ghana referees. And then me say me because of this in Tinane. Me say that is our game no. Now we be aware you be here for the new here. Na say ye can referees asema. Na me feel say ye sasadi we see ye. Enra na go phobia to one no more kase say. Ba kalaba man kwa she 2 goals. Ni nyina ye offside. And I cried and then I hold the hododo. But the Ghana referees again. And yes, be a house of folk, but Ghana referees again. And I make the referee Asante Kotoko, and a Samates no. Wanya dear, and a Tampuri, Wanya dear. And you go no kwame say Wanya dear. Wanya dear. Saubakaya, house of folk in your panati. Me menyo, de mihu ye no. Kotoku Royals, Esunyabi. Banning your referee born any guso. Say, my yama way, it means my way, no sand crosses and free fa. It in here, the sinking standard of our Ghana Premier League, a referee no, and I say in Penifono, and I say a Ghana Football Association, and I'm a football Premier League, air conform. So, any has a focus for a lunch operation 10,000 and 10,000, yes. Man wants to say be a buyer, even though they almost some high card and go for gumu buyer, but man wants to say be a buyer. And my summer test, it was massive. Share a Diana Stars has to folk, it was okay. In Ipakoye. But the Diana Stars against Mediama, it was empty. A Chesa Kotokone has to folk, no, and then the crowd never go for be singing no credit. Now your crowd no small class no, and they do a crowd ever. And you no credit that. What mean can't you say you no credit that? Because enra so here after Asante Kotoko name Samates ewo ho omo we ni ball krom ho dede ene enyema na dio Kotoko team no anim so here sankofo no nkwohwe ball no mo free hefa omo free takwa ene environs Mrs. Takwa omo free yes sama boy ene environs ene be hwe sa ball no enti ye kada bia say the big clubs no e wo say ye boa wo mo me na me Ghana Football Association president e ke kwa me fa so me boa big clubs Asante Kotoko as of folk no me boa because omo mienu na gino mo na so a Ghana Premier League no be sa peja enye sa teams nketenkete na mo hye ase boa wo mo no enye no kore yes they should protect ombetumi abo esisie mam na o promotuma teams akese de akese a sebi United States here when him say almost share that can say almost creating 1 million billionaires e ukuma 1 billion and na you imagine me say 1 billion almost can some 10 million billionaires 10 million billionaires. Make I say, President Kufuor, na dreamu in 2003, o kreti bibi say ope 1 million Ghanaians are omeye sikafo. And it was starting here. Yeah, say you go Kwame despite no usika, but a name sika no nya. The group no amaka ho bi. Ibrahim Adams ne groups baby. And I was starting say omo build womo. And then they started with something called Empretech. Omo konom go sua dey how I business ho sensem yenye say. Omo bia na open sikafo a sa na build no. Na emi wan say obi oba ye bia wate sa de na go. It has to continue. Because sikafo ba o memu a ahokyere no so te. Because sikafo na ofu say enye obi a de betu aye sikani. And enye obi a de betu aye business person. But those who have business minded no, you help them to grow. You upeja wo no ma yekese no so han nipa ewo mu no na aban no wo so wo edey. So oba Chromeham for instance nipa eye aban adwuma mo ye kakra bi. Even state job eye kakra bi. But individual companies, meaning company be the branches in the United States are 8,400. Now assuming say every branch be let's say across board 15. It would up for 15. At times 8,400. Na share the padodo afa womo. Wow. These are some of the things I was a Ghana football. Before I make Premier League member once no because who nyame pa I was say a PBB near fa home. The American no say 15. What the time say 4 times say obi on 5 times say 8,400. Finipa from 126,000. 126,000 and they get paid very well. Now branches no kwanu no omo be what corporate office omunya my DMs MCDs the big omo mbeke ka ho so for mo crowd the for so 10,000 to be no one company onu kwetumi afa almost about 140,000 employers. No tumi afa employees in 140,000. It is a timi buana Ghana even ye bua mo obi akrafa maybe 10,000 near we nipa 1 million a betumi afa nipa 10,000 a. Would you imagine Ghana population yes na for times e say enya sem ketwa enti so ka say obi for 10,000 now they got times say let's say 1 million people esikafo nkwa 1 million say enya sem ketwa ana obenya so enti say who criticize who dey for 5,000 2,000 4 times 1 million. See how many people are going to employ more. A big and as a Ghana Football Association started here. And get private interest because me a GFA president in I was some a club and I enjoy. Now what Jenny say clubs like I say no, you can't do away with Kotoko and House of Folk and see that. You can't do away with these two clubs because before Dreams FC no, now you House of Folk ni and also Kotoko. Before Bechem United no, now Bechem ni no, now or Kotoko ni or Hasini. My mention what there. Even the old traditional clubs like BA United, Bofwako Tano, Real Tama United, Okoru United, then time no na I say community-based clubs no. I no. Na ye individual be there na ye krono and as o mining na ye omo dia no. Then time no kra no. Now be Komuko BA United what supporters no why Kotoko ni e has ni. Ente do baby majority of Kotoko supporters are no musu nyane nyina no. Support to BA United. And then the majority of Bofoko supporters, House of Folk supporters. Because the club was a traditional club. Let's talk about cornerstones. Cornerstones, majority of them, are House of Folk for. So, Adansemai, those days. So, and no, Adansemai, and Yabaku for dia. Say, Bechem United, a year Baku for dia. Okwa Aduana Stars yemfa say na Aduana Stars a traditional club e say Aduana ni wu bia e wo do ma man ni nyina na ye omo dia so enti say wo yes ade na you build a community but you don't build a club build a community attached to the football club. But say you make their decision me take no. Me no be a ni asemuka. Enti me die the Ghana Football Association enyema me hu a ema ye football league. Ghana league na say yo. Let's be honest with ourselves. As say we aye condemn. Grabu. Say ya hwe ni antoto ne me ye a. Na say ya ne be ye na metumi aka chem say by 10 years time no. Wo the ball no wo the koto a nipa be 3 4 ene ba akɔhwɛ. Wa hwe ya wo no yire no man pet ene ba akɔhwɛ. Se mam ye ni ankoso ni ama me say me die nie de me hu say football no greediness greediness 1 2 we lack leadership 3 your referees now ye do mo kon referees no omo nya de 4 pitches na ye boss no enye and a 5, and some about the quality of the players. Because so a very good leadership, you have quality. Reason is say, I am ra. Krobi oha. Ya sese mra to say, you player now do a certain level. Ye ma kwa ma unko. E dey be nti na betuma kasa wo ma player na kwan no unko. E was so make sure say club na wo mu no. Ye tua ne ka yi. Ye tua ne ka yi a, e dey be na fa so betua ne ka yi. Who share club and say if say one draw player can say ya, what's that team you be good because one team you can't afford to run a football club. You enter a certain amount of money. E bia who your club when team you enter a player cry be 3,000 Ghana cedis a month. So one to me now when ya you be good team no. Near do be for Friday. Abeshi do it to my abeshi. Eti ekobasa se nipa press up so ba premiership wa building who you know deba. Because when you set into basa, do you think say a Ghanaian player will go to Ethiopia? No, I can't get $1,000. And no $1,000 Ethiopia. One I be say to rent. It be able to rent be $200. What trade be name man? Ube be be $500 and $400, $600 call. I got $400. Right? But what the Ghana ha clubs no ne pebe be more motna. Enti or to the club comfortability is very important. Comfortability is very, very important. And the player no ever bo no drew certain level be. Now Okwa he's so matured. Okwa with me babo Black Stars. Me card the last time what we say and then kwara no ne to your premiership players ni me go Togo visit Togo South African country here no nam kakra bi na benya mun kan che me the last time I ton a Ghanaian player about premiership edini call mainstream Europe mainstream enya ase and everyone say na no free eba na ekọ ase ha baako o football no me shada nya ade but at least okọ mainstream abaroa ekọ ye mudasiru ko be eni ade mako sani ma ye kan nyina ne nsen na ekotoko ne hasofo na aton wo mu musa ase ofo nkwara no mo no teams o mton mo he mainstream Europe no ko do bokọ okọ be 3rd division 4th division enti onko mainstream no wakɔhye ase o baby but omo abofo no ba omo to academy players no because they have come to realize say ehona eni etete nkwara ne free because your costumes no egu you referee na ria yo na oduni etim be fa Liberty players kwadwo asamwa Jan Sule Muntari omo nyina no mo bo John Pentel John Mensah Samuel Sekufo, all of these players were playing a high-level football in Ghana. No more costumes. Any ever form don't call you. No more sad, you know. But then the corruption, has become so much. Say, Obi Krawo, if you are Kotokone has to folk, any adina, you could do dream selves to and I'm kind of greediness, no. You did dream selves to play at home first. I was so sacred, Didi. I was said, be a Nimadu Didi. I was say where did he answer na? Ya great teams akese no. Ekibe wie no. Na ketwa no mutum ton do omko. Omso team no obeto na nsem o ha boom. Baroba kotoko bi okode kotoko ba. He mon kan tell me the last time a Ghanaian player was sold a highest amount is a free year ban $150,000 kwa wenya 100,000. For some years a premiership player minim so be catch obetuma me say a premiership player has been sold more than $400,000 ah mo come into ya no ojigo king 200 and no crowd $200,000 and on what no I think in Bella and recent years in the highest amount and a Kwame Poku of $300,000 300,000 euros and in Bella near $400,000 now we also free Asante Kotoko even though I'm Africa but the two players no $700,000 but someone in Kum was sold in Asante Kotoko $700,000 so Robert Boateng during our time we saw Robert Boateng to Rosenborg FC $700,000 ever Norway it's a team top player or Ghana Premier League more than $400,000 when you can say 150 200 a debate because the organization of a Ghana football no are collapsed to the extent that you would ye me baba betwaso but mama go for Ghana Premier League no one sense mbra na me wia na ma baba betwaso mama premiership ene eba so say ohwa enra ena game no start here na Stanards ene Asante Kotoko show 2-1 na Tamale City Dreams FC na kamiensa mo mutimu baako House of Folk ene omashe kutukuru ya sakaba ko mantimi anti Bechem United ache Karela United asho mo kamiensa omutimu baako media ma ache Great Olympics kamienu inso ateman so che Akala nso che omo kamiensa Retaman United ene Bekum Chelsea ebo 2-2 as goalless draw sorry obi antimi anhye bi e kire nyame yadno Akinfesa ene Gold Stars ebebo Dr. Kwame Chase Sports Stadium ebeba life ana Legon Cities ne Aduana Stars nso so e de betata so ewo Airwax Sports Stadium eho ana de ebeba no ano so ebeba so na mame kira moy eye league no so here league log no so enam de ato so no Samri Aduana Stars omo about 21 games almost 39 points Accra Lions and even though omo lose here still omo the toss me almost 37 points Dreams FC because Accra Lions about 22 Bechem United about 22 almost 36 Accra Suffolk about 22 almost so toss 9 almost 35 Asante Kotoko about 21 games almost 34 points Mediama etoso nsia almost about 22 games almost 34 points Bekum Chelsea about 22 games almost 32 points Baby any Gold Stars almost about 21 games almost 31 points FC Stanards about 22 almost 30 points and also so yes Stanards and so at the end no na in Suateman and etoso edu almost 30 points Retaman United was 28, Dreams FC was 27, Great Olympics was 27, Karela United was 26, Tamale City, Tamale City, almost every relegation zone. Ababe about 22 games, almost 24 points. Now the woman Legon Cities and so at the Bonkanum. Now Legon Cities, if they want to survive, etc. Almost share Aduana Stars, almost 23 points. Kinfesa about 20 games. I just say Kinfesa about 2 outstanding games. The games against Echena Omni Baby any Gold Stars Bebo. Now if you game against Asante Kotoko. Inti almost 2 games set on Babo. Now Kotoku Royals about 22 games, almost 17 points. Now me card the teams are aka no more survival league no na me card them no. In Suateman ehia 12 points. Out of all the games aka omunya 12 points omeka league no Stanards ehia 12 points Baby any Gold Stars omunya 11 points Bekum Chelsea ehia 10 points Mediama ehia 10 omunya 8 points but 10 ebe secure omo very good Kinfesa ehia 20 points se Kinfesa person survival league ni mu a here 20 points. The time the time seeking face here 20 points now. Seeking face a person survival and so 44 points. They say 24 and you face here 20 points out of a lot. Now Kutuku Royals there ebe dey am so meet me free. Eti na dey ho no. Na ade bi esiye na momenhwa ade wi eye House of Folk. Ene denti na make say referees no omabombo no enye se bia ye ka ne sa ne bia ka se bia wo House of Folk ashinti ene bia ni pe ka bibi ho asem so hwe ade wi a tampuri We are very close to the line. Shebia, Karaban Kwajina. Ah, the heady body share. Shebia. If you look at this, and now Jina Hot can pull away, and Okoji penalty see actually against Asante Kotokono. Now she are deal with the one baby Ujina. Actual player and baby Ujana live white in the demono, and maybe a tampu Karaban Kwajinano in ye. Bono hasn't been kept, so I have born the Dahono. So I have born the Dahono. It ye nan ye. Bono Onyamoy, also player now attempt to solve by her Karaban Kwabioda. Would have a beer Karaban Kwada. Naka me say, if a club and as a referee, who dear grown out didn't say yeah. Are you trying to help the game? And I say, I think Kotoku has been treated unfairly against a class of folk on 2 occasions. Home and away games, Nina, House of Folk. And your House of Folk in the CC woman, and your referees in the CC Kotoku. And the man House of Folk. Referees in the CC woman, and the man House of Folk, near House of Folk in the CC woman. If you say House of Folk on your referee, and a cockle Janko penalty, and that's what a year Tia. It is social way. Now you're referee. That's I say, if you are not ashamed of this situation, if you are not ashamed, and Nasa Ghana Football Association, so almost share, no share we na kind of that. Tampuri need to be suspended. Because if Kotoku Royals, so almost no man can was a man, Calabanca was way offside. Or the media Asante Kotoko. That minute to say, sir, and I was at the Akoye view. On him saw and the referee, you are very closer, and then the linesman also so Omumi need to be suspended. Or then the lines no lines 1, referee star 1. I was say suspending Mumi. I imagine a match the wow into Asiano. Also with match the wide. It is a way animal we are a better than a football no akoso. A basa ye football no any day, and kosoda. Mestre, some mama fairly. I was sad, dear no. I was said at dinner, ye no. I was said, Nina, Yama fair grounds, na yen day, yen fambo. Enra, na an opera minimia aka air discussion, and all catch me say, of free say Asante Kotoko second goal no was a foul before the goal. You think it was a foul before the goal? Yes, if it was a foul, I agree with him. So I was a foul here. So foul here, it be catch say, on go back no he say. So here I will say, the player no evidence a crochet. So if I say, Asante Kotoko player in fair or the some you know fifi and or pitin ho sa any kusi ye or pitin ho yes say one yes ananka e bia wo pia na e foul against Asante Kotoko and so oje foul there e was so oje penalty e de ma Asante Kotoko and Safu Taylor enya a chance was struggling with his leg e ball free player ni na so but e foul tian and 50-50 balls bia was against Asante Kotoko. Even at the time Asante Kotoko they control ball 50-50 balls bia no jitia omo because ball they who control when a ball you crowd and then 50-50 balls tiao and ka who struggle ko the ball una with hard tackles, wrong tackles, missed tackles and other stuff, but the referee decided to otherwise. Meaning the games are car yenya minyan hwebi it mean to me enchre. But these are some of the things a koso e Ghana Premier League me feel say e was 24 omo trust na omo tutu enema yi because omo tutu enema yi na say the say ya na ekeka kode a ene e be hadwen papa e bia wo feel say e no kre ana say ye papa ma but me die me feel say enema na e koso e Ghana Premier League no ye referees no e ka ho bi administration e ka ho bi ase eni bring do so do me kwame botom no do ya do so do e wo se me kwame kwaje e wo se me kwame yesi ne ya do so do all of us should come together and fight as a common goal na yentimi enye bibi emfa ye premiership no because premiership no is dying slowly e bia wo hu ba so hu dia me de bi ni se premiership no e die in kakran na moma yensa nko eye the upcoming Premier League games are eba so nyame aduma Saturday and Sunday so premiership besa aba so Ghana Premier League no e besa aba so hia March 23 and me dey to so na March 23 no Kahu say Asante Kotoko. Any Accra folk ko Camp Park. Karela. Meka say House of Folk night May. Baby House of Folk kwa entanko yima omo. Team bit say Karela ya dia. Omo ta tete House of Folk pa. Enti eho and House of Folk ko nyame yaduma Sunday ana sali game no nyame aduma Aduana Stars na me ade ba kwa menti ase ne say adenti na Aduana Stars ebo Monday no masabo Friday well on the FIFA you know right because of here omo betumi aka Kritina abon very nice it's okay enti House of Aduana Stars ebo home with RTU nyame aduma Friday a edi animu yi na ne Friday na no Kotoku Royals omo bo ewo dew Theater of Dreams na against Kimfesa ewo dew agopramaso na Karela United enso ne House of Folk ebobo ewo Camp Park nyame aduma Saturday na Saturday krona no Accra Lions so any Biche United bebo Accra Sports Stadium na ade chia ne kwasiada na ade ba kwa menti ase ne se ne kwasiada se no Asante Kotoko any media ma no game no mutie Asante Kotoko ne media ma no game no eko Sunday 6 p.m. Wa wo hwe bia no Asante Kotoko against media ma game no eko 6 p.m. enye 3 p.m. Minim se sai bi ba ye ba be kire nuti ena ma me ko fa sa game ni ba Asante Kotoko against media ma game no eye 6 p.m. eye Sunday 6 p.m. na Asante Kotoko ene media ma ene be so na Saturday na sa week we nu ye be 4 live games o be 4 live games enti obi an share so nti ne ya beto no eye nyame adme fiada game no eye live Saturday House of Folk ni Karela no so eye live Olympics ene Lagos City say wa Accra Sports Stadium ene so eye live na afei Asante Kotoko ene media ma eye nwumre no nsia 26 March 2023 enyumre 6 p.m. Baba Yara Sports Stadium sa game no ebeba so enyumre enti Olympics ene ayibo awiane wia na enyumre na Asante Kotoko ede ahyecha so enti dawa egobasa next week na me aduma the program no yebetwa kwa echiri kakra efise ye nyina yebetranse na yahwe se yehwe na se mre konso a na se yebetwa kwa the next day so a but ade be si bia no ede wo se yeba na yebeto adwumadi no so se 2 hours 1 hour kra de betumi aya yeba be ye enti na the next games are eba ene ade atomanim no enti munya munim se eye Black Stars match no this weekend ba me dey makam say me I don't support any Kotoko supporters so boko akọ ba me dey enkofu bi sem bi omo kekanti no me dey me say omo a enkonko he say omo say Black Star no say class no omo the winners ene ekodia Black Star omo win ye intima me dey means uboko akọ nkonso a enya masem me dey me say man ko so oboko nso a eno ye wa usika enya masem aha enti na dey ewu mu no na Monday 24 enso so ewo ho edu ho a na Monday 24 me share that board so kakra kire mo Monday 24 no a very tough game Karela ebeba kuma Dr. Kwame Chei so on say Dr. Kwame Chei Sports Stadium ai wa brankese ho na Kimfesa ne Karela edeba so na House of Folk sa game we ebe ye de say sa week na no na unimade ba kom so sa wo mu say sa game na ebe sa baso no mo sa ha de bi Asante Kotoko ene eye Lagos Cities Asante Kotoko ni Lagos Cities sa game no Asante Kotoko ni Lagos Cities no eye midweek samutia sa game we ameke kan eye midweek eti midweek no Kimfesa ene Karela no ebeba so awia eye 3 p.m. na House of Folk ene Accra Lions no abaso anwumere 6 p.m. eye Wednesday na Asante Kotoko ne Lagos Cities no ebeba so Thursday awia 3 p.m. ewo Airwax Sports Stadium enti sa wo ye obi na wo ehihye bia enti ne pese mamo games no ye mamo the 4 games a enti di so ni nyina no ya mamo March 23 right ya March 24 ne ho no me the March 25 on so dey sa ba count ho na why your preparation your preparation obohu the wi a ye the March 26 so asoso na afei ye de aka na to enti wi a ye March 26 25 enso na da so no na March 25 no Dreams FC omni Accra so Folk wo Theater of Dreams ebeba so Saturday On say yebo league no midweek no. Yebo midweek. Enti ne Saturday no. Yebe sign abo league. Say weekend yebe sign abo league. Eduntina so be kai na ka Kimfesa ne Asante Kotoko. Ghana Football Association e de omo game no e ko share 29th. By now say sa midweek ye de midweek abesho wonti no. 29th no midweek abesho wonti no. Enunti no ma postpone the call on the 5th of what? 5th of April. April the 5th. E ho na Asante Kotoko ni Kimfesa e bebo ba ya Sports Stadium. Ewia enwumre no nsia. Na sa game ya eba so e has folk ene eye dreams e bebo the park. Theater of Dreams ewia no miensa April the 1st April da April Fool House of Folk any Dreams FC and version so na Saturday na ankasa no Kotoku Royals any Kimfesa ebebo Accra Sports Stadium na ne kwasi ada no awia Great Olympics any Brekum Chelsea enso de behye so Accra Sports Stadium na ne Sunday no Samates etutu milika akọ Cans Park a omne Kerala United so de be hye so ewo ho na ne Sunday kro na Kotoku Royals ene media man so ewo Dawu Park enti so hwe ya Dawu no ye Saturday ni abo Sunday na on Sunday Ediana Stars ene Tamale City ewo Nanajima Badu Stadium Nanajima Badu Park enye stadium Nanajima Badu Park ya munyeja stadium no enye stadium Nanajima Badu Park na on Sunday na no Nsuatreman any Bechem United enso e de ahyehyɛ so ewo Nana Kromansa Park na afei on Sunday no 6 p.m. Sunday 6 p.m. Asante Kotoko versus Real Tamale United RTU Asante Kotoko ni RTU so de be hyehyɛ so Sunday 6 p.m. It is already a Sunday ebe Asante Kotoko bebo 6 p.m. Ni week bio Asante Kotoko besa abo 6 p.m. Na Asante Kotoko wi a ni midweek against Kimfesa so Asante Kotoko bebo 6 p.m. Etu ye Kotoko supporter ye preparation say Kotoko 3 games ya yebo say Kotoko bebo 4 games a media abayi 3 games are so far media ba emu mienu Kotoko obo hum ni nyina no enwumere 6 p.m. ba ni nyina ye Sunday ni nyina beba so enwumere 6 p.m. enwumere 6 p.m. Inti Asante Kotoko games na ebeba so no ebi no na omu wi a any Wednesday so Asante Kotoko any Kimfesa Kotoko ni altu bo wi a Kotoko sani Kimfesa ebe clear no outstanding game no every ho eno so enwumere 6 p.m. okay eti Monday 25 ana aba no enti Monday 26 eno so nyame yadma egusu na ye de bebremo enti na egusuafo so hwe a ye de ene ye ka kire mo no ye de preparation no ye de nema atoto akwam enti wo so wobetumi aboaboa ho na wo de atwen dwumadi a edi animu no enche bia no ye de phoning ebeba na me pese hwe ade bi Accra so folk ene game on boy no unse usually ye show House of Folk games but ene me pese nya hwe ade bi na highlight no enso so ebeba so it dey nyina eba be House of Folk kakra ewa ha enti moma yenhwe phobia kakra na me wi a meba sisi moma yenhwe House of Folk
that
Nana Pokuari Asante na sinka wo afraid I was down Nana order on him up esum jaini na sinka wo since coffee men say afraid you rain fuel crack yenya ya bewa yes renya memo Oma wa huodin ani nyansa na fahwe kui mayenda na ye wusu ka hubio esrenya mi mamuda osei poku kwa brapon osei kwachi munyina nyame mu amuda alhaji ademu ya lawson Allen Jima Munyina yesre mamuda Nasiani adimamu Yadamase Yadamaso, Nano Wusu, or say Poco, or Rapon, or say Quaku, Coffee men say, since Yadawasian so, Nano Poku are, Yadawasian so, more afraid Dawasian son, Yahweh, 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 Yamima, what did Yadamasa.
We na make kan wasem no on say ma sheda na meja ne sa oh enti before a ball no be drew no na Caleb ugina mu dada sa mo hwa enti meja isi so for a reason anye se bia ye tan has of folk ana se bia bibi enti mo hwe me keke ya mo hwe wo ho obia ntimi to no ana Caleb enya akwan e de ye dey e de ko ball no ana so head ball no e de ko share enti before a mo hwe se ball since wiem Tamuke ya ball is in Wimu, with dick kind of dada. Ghana referees, Wamoka Humbi, and Amasa Anima way. You guswa, ye can wasem. Inti, say Mumbehe, no have any ya, Monfena Monka wansem. Na media, and yesabia, Bia, Tea. I was therefore, ye have caught near Kakofa, a ye fooning, Nafi, we are, Nafi, 12 median so. Neba, CCA.
Ali Jabe, I say Drabe, I say Coffee, Yadamasenso, nothing come more. Yadamasi, Yadamasampa, nothing come, Yadamaso, Yadamasi, Yadamasita. Asante Kotoko say, Asante Kotoko say,
Okay, yenya, yenya bako, ewa humana so. Hello,
Sergio.
Maxi.
Oh, Sergio.
Hey, me talk guy. Na me ado me talk guy.
Michelle, they say my take me redeem crofo.
Za.
Redeem crofo. Na every day no. Steady any person deep on it akotoko no. The message actually book Sergio.
Ba say bi free mu amu fi o munyai. O fi o for.
In America no. In America no. Nipa nye what you say. People have gone up seriously say na ya mponza. Obegu na ni mu ase. Emom yanka hu se kotoko no ene yesai no esan se bahwema hunu na me hu so obi akwati akotoko ama kotoko ase na nimunyam da no wo be sei nipa no wo be ba power na emom ba power kotoko no a be se agu ani mu ase I'm telling you nkrofo mfam tua nyansa enze kotoko no that ye na na 248 ka kire kotoko no ni chuma ni nipa nti ase yo if it's a Kumasi Kubi Kaka Nipedi Chiro. No. Yentre Bibi, what you say? Yenipa Yanana Amponsa, Obako. Nemua Bano. Wajimana Abayana, I said that. What you say? You can't use me by baby before Fubia, Sansa Mua Sadi and Dada. Obeja ko na to hamamo. Person ne referees me mo GFA on ma bon sabi nyansa ni ni petrim no motete wo. Na mum referees ne fado do na dia wo mo ye no ifri ya ifi. No one say we ase no nipa da sani ka kire ye se wini matches ya. Supporters in mass stadium. People are trying to justify that. But you will say winning games doesn't always come at ease. Even time when Real Madrid, as you said, the Galacticos grand, they were losing matches. Players, they just want to give the dog a bad name and hand it. But Nyamia Sharon Westran were media Kotokonam support to now Yana made Nyamia to say, your pension, Sabi, a branch bia, or name your pay. Waba, Wabetre, a young Josiam Lantiano. Tienisi Campa, Yawa Junior Wanyansa, shut up branch in your Krakuimu, in Fiam Yanuni won't consider to come through before. What you see? In Fiam Yanuni won't consider to come through before. Uncle Jana will be planning and operating Muma, my dear, to come to Africa. And people don't want that. The train, I mean, Slama, never saw about call. Name on Kotokono, dear. A big goony penny was the Pia. I'm telling you on fact. Santa Junior, you did yet Kotokono, you did ya Hunipano. And yet, Nasabak, a bedroom right, a better sign you should buy no. Kotoko will continue to suffer. The major said, you terrible Honoma MPE. Yana may tell Tim Wamashako on the white, but I am in 10. And did they say Tim Duway, South Africa from Kulele United, or Momo Akadiania Kotoko? It's not Yanam DD change me where. Now, so may cut to us be work where we may turn and cry, say, Fanny Henry Asante. The catcher no, sir, GFA, ye know. Omo mobile GFA PR no mumwa dia pa no randia benom no. Even them, there were point in time they came down with their senses and talked to people with respect. What you say? Asemo ayo question no kwase ade amode yokotoko no. Muntimi ta metina kumase emekika sansem we intra just because the mwanya kesben FM no any yinom to support your agenda. Want to know the Africa on the Bian about to Afibia and Bako Abasa Afibia Bobako Africa no more question for no more bar World Cup qualified and qualified the two class here 2 teams in them. You know Sana Beba because Ghana football no you won't say a good free throw because acquire a coup in any womb just to get power, get their money and make the people stupid because at the end of the day anything they say Omochiche boot to a team when I beat the boot in this was only 12 players and a car. Because they come them one better than when you see after January. What you say? You who football say football, yeah, the corporate measures in the year football, no Daniels don't like it that way. They like it in their own master, yes, sir. Sebe Obeka Premier League, Sebe Obeka Division 1. It's Yaba Yakotui. The Biam Kata is much ado for nothing. Because as soon as you are any part of that, what you say, you know, you remember Massamun, what happened to Bomo Abaso? Why you know, Namoyano traitors are here, and maybe I'm in Yabinti.
Space no.
That's a Mobile Moniana Munians by in Yabinka, Yana Samuano. So this year, maybe I can't maybe Ujo Layo. So, you know, bye-bye.
Hello?
Space no.
Yo, Medasi. So, Radio.
Onia.
Good evening. I'll be in Kwame, Manchester.
Okay, Kwame.
Yeah. Patrol, Radio, more format to be over the league matches and say, we be one matches and we be one matches, early matches like maybe I say midweek, I'll be born on Friday, Wednesday, and Thursday. More format to be on the year.
Me name format to come pass on the year. And I say,
what the share, you know, what the toast, you know, fixtures now they are to be see a quite a short while ago. Once I said kotoko matches in I say you're born late and then life.
That okay, mami chiro mu kotoko and House of Folk games be every week be a life. And the kotoko has game
but who is
life
and you fair?
And you fair dear, but it has been there for since this administration by Kedo administration by there. It has been like that. Sana ya.
Akwaya so one especially one bo early matches na but sa one bo late matches so matches near ding because obi a monitor
eno de monitor
so what because obi a winning the matches so you say match na say boni you say ya premiership no say omo bo a some top matches bi omo boni na at the same time omo twan ma obi monye na omo e ba sa na pressure wo team na like omo in this respect.
But what about you will be so bomb days way?
Who say? And I can say, format no more, you know. So, omo yen in situation say, omo relegation, omo late matches because I was the first matches na man ba. So what so who say
obviously I understand. I think at this moment there, to me. Yenya mu nu ba bia no say we na relegation tebe de me fi say enwume no kwa de Ghana league dey go no enwume no kwa de wo de ekoto akotoko de yepe enwume no kwa ye mai
okay
because abasa because only say games miensan I think we have played 3 games e wo ba yara enwumre and out of that we share okika goals ni nyina bu ma ya share almost about what
okay
ya share about 12 or 13 goals for 3 games.
Oh, okay.
Yes, you give us 3.
Thank you for this education.
Yeah, yes, will be 5. And yes, will be so 4. And media no crowd there, any problem. Only say you game no, ya na F. 1. 2. Players no so bonus, ya na omo mrebebre. Edu ba bia, ya na ho mpaso. Ana nkofo enya brezo so ebedu na premiership no, omo bobo awi. Won say premiership ya bofu bobo nkofo yi. Ya bo awi. Eti ya na so eboa. But
thank you for this education.
No problem.
GFA and premiership like referees in the name kosu. Ma hwe go na wo de to horses here and ma hwe has for go no. So okaya ye ne has for last year Calabar man kwaya go bio head share okaya ye bi a show mu 1-0. Emma or they take come and ye 1-1 okaya.
Yep.
Calabar man kwaya na side free kick say ya ana offside kumase. And then was I the same thing but on count. Henry Asante as one on come wasam. Say any mama kotoko and call for mine or no de biana and I been so by a kotoko or more breakotokasi. But me make a come what is said here, then Kim would be Ankanaton Sana and call conform. Then he would be Ankanaton and call conform them. Into Mudio Omonco yes, maybe I believe in say karma. But I say kotoko from pennyphone Omunya opposition be say idea. Now I say Omasa penny on back a makotoko. He has for my no dika kasa CCA or kasa randiabe ne yiti mensa penso and near mo ko to fam and near mo ko to fam katinyamia don kaka hebet mensa penso yiti free mu.
There's one thing I say it's a Kotokono is a political party by itself. So Kotokona is a political party. I call it MPP that way. And as Mefan said, Mefan to MPP. Jay Kufo to so a president. Then Kufo be to change Kutiano. Or no party for.
Yes.
Sana
na party for.
Nado or the president. So none of Kufo Kutiano was change. It be no to change.
Pull him down. Yes.
And Tinam Kaja Kotoko itself is a political party. Who said the entire House of Folk? Sani one name Munim Dintia. House of Folk no.
So what him top
and just had it here because House of Folk no. And this has Sante Kotoko. House of Folk say I Togo affair there.
Okay. One man show. One man show.
It's one a club it is also to me between a Canada club no. Who's the House of Folk to a bit no my because so many second back on the club no. And it's not
yes, yeah. And true.
Maybe the House of Folk na papa we feeding. no of fati asofuk every day but do say ton shares no ya mani bi anto o ma mani bi anto
amonanto
and na Togo after they are top shares no they say one way by next year I think this year Togo after they be only almost about 65 to 80 70% because a car has to focus on also be turning into what shares
into shares. Wow, that's serious.
It is a
anyways
$2 million no so turning into shares
turning into
$3 million to shares club no buy
offer abani bonafide property offer. Anyways and you know yeah your matches na aka no na management and players and technical team no Oma doing kosuna afi I'm getting worried about the kind of injuries I players no no I'm say second starting from the first half of the season I'm so much concerned. I don't know what is happening. Say every match be or every 2 matches pia will be called or forever on my back. I don't know. Say a purchase no na course so say I don't know minim the entire courses are. It was a management no more say training pitches no say Venus match Venus no na courses are na on top maybe
so when you say match Venus you call you say you call Dreams FC so we tackles are na call Rashid notice wa Saturday no
bra
the referee was so blind.
Some come once show cut.
Of course, you are my boom cacre no that was
no, yes. And I don't know, the referees no. You say, want me, Uyomufia in ye because GF no, when I didn't say, I see Papini on one farm because Kiakotoko into one farm. You also go, yeah, I said, Kakoya Kotoka, Kabu, and then the referee cannot as well. But what I has he bride, what if say, BBC, BPNC because we clear offside, a clear referee, would you keep a SB grana, we are far, would you land also or pay land also pay referee, but Ngusiaga, and you know, what am I called? Nafi,
all right,
what you know.
You know, Casachi Bibri, ain't he? And they for 1 or 2 be a counterfeit, Yediani, Aquachere, Yediani, Aquachere, baby for Naja. I mean, I'm say, and then, I'm sure, ain't he? Because a segment in the name of Bibri, Naja, mean, coming ya, could be a preview grand can be pay. Mama, and then can find Chemi. Nanka nyame adma Saturday yemie phone line nche se nka mbete asema mia why nanka nyame adma Sunday yemie phone line no nyame adma Saturday nanka yebie phone line ache nanka yenyina be discussions afa Ghana football because ehuhia de kwan be ne be fa so a ya attendance na enye yie no yebetumi aye e wo se yenyina yepe no sibre ene eyade a ehuhia me a meye ho adwuma pa nti me ba sisi e na fi baba beto amuso me ba sisi
Asante kotoko ye besha asante kotoko ye besha ko Asante na sinka wo afraid that was da nana order on him up esum jaini na sinka wo since coffee men say afraid you rain fuel crack yenya ya bewa yes renya memo on my one wording aninyansa na fashe kui mayanda na ye wusu ka Ubio, the stranger me mamuda. Or say poku, kwa brapon, or say kwachi, Munina Yami Muamoda. Alhaja demu, Yaw Lawson, Allen Jima, Munina Yesre Mamuda. Nasiani Adimamu. Yadamase, na no usu, o say poko, o say kweku, coffee mense, simse yadawasienso, nana poku are, yadawasienso, mo frida wasiensa, Yahweh, 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 Yamima Wadina, Yadamasi, Yadamasa. Yerin fiuno, wana wecha mukri, edi nasima wana da. Onche Robert Mensa, Papa Yara, Mfum Kofi Tufua, Adakwa, Ibrahim Sunday, Reverend Osei Kofi, Malik Jabe, Osei Driver, edi nasigma moda. Nasiani edi mam. Na yerin fimo yadamasi da yadamasi da Robert Nancy Papa Yara yadamasi so Ibrahim Sunday yadamasi so Malik Jabe, Ose Drabe, Ose Kopi,
yeah, good evening. Yeah.
But I want to say,
Nyamiad Ben answer.
You said from Fabuni Kenny,
okay,
from Dortmund. The little I can say, and now the Namil Kwebose Domasi. The Juma Akao Manim Nadoso. Because and I'm Martin on the house in the Sa prayer no. Any go be obeshe be out in it be waiting behind. A free kick, I can't say offside. I pitches cry before the crowd Kotoko or Shakotoko, must say. I want for it can wash some match was going to say now, I'm for the can wash them, but referee for no. Senior na Indian be can wunsu adie. The bia say and the cosusa, and the bia naman for Casanis 80 the bia sadi what they never for moon check no moon say. I did win a safe football, I did win a match, a man for Casa after matching. It's no almost no more of your match.
I know the Anonia
Semobia.
Anonia Sem. Anonia Sem.
You go match them be into your or Tassim Coffee. A day. Has it Tim on a day? Tim will ask Akasa Tim cry a day. Has in your Tim Pia, but I say, oh my yam, I say, has no, I say, Ghana, than the Tim saying, or more best in Joe Bibia. Has it to me a Tim, Massa, and yet tradition Tim, a year, no my Tim so Biangasa to say a domine a summatis here, Biangasa ati sanity. Ye can't tradition Tim Ghana, tradition Tim in Ghana, Asante Kotoko Olympics. There's the best in it has a Ghana
Olympics United Cornerstones no traditional club. But one thing is also was formed by individual, but actually be a traditional club because some supporters based near and the man Becao.
Massa, and yet I said to me, Pogon, now, tear Kunaso, Tim said, me na timi ya me dia sa na hwehwe me nye house ni wa ni bia say wa hini we ka say wa hini we ayi akra de wo akra wo say wo na ye wa hini house ya ni bia ebi ni wo sa oh ya tinu me dia me nya na wo dia cha me ko na ka say je fifo no mo fan show man no say kotofo mpenfo na ka che kotofo supporters so mhebo kotofo supporters na no magiro mu say je fifo na dia mo di ye kotofo no ye nso ye supporter ye na e be ya ma manfo ba be ne ska no twa no ye ma na asmasa tumu no mo mbo no mu otomu be wi no mu wi no me found na me blaster after the fee say me support o mu ka che ni tama me support o blaster a che mi kai ni timi ne hia me wasando kotu ne hia me nye eyi o mu na to mu bobo na say bibi ye ya mani je tino de ma mi nya na me kan wai na me bia mo bia da wase
mate yenya fabunika enso na yete ne kan fabunika ana yete ne kan enche bia ye beko ne akwakofa the segment mre so de abrem na because idea media dem akoma so senka anka ye nyina ye ntimi ntena se ne ye hwe kwan be fa so Ghana football no wo se de se ye se ye aja uru akreto kriku ana nkoda ye nyina no wo so on de wo hwe no nka ho asem oni bibi papa bia ye e de ma clubs no entine dia ne se be you se nye you emfa na ho eho ena ye problem no eho de problem no pa because se teams able match and as a clubs na wo ana wo ye obi a wo ye referee a wo da akrona no and as a wo na team no akwese no na me ka say about MTN na kotokone has of fuku de om your subscribers but you no de wo na de ne ye wo dia nti wo dia obeka no eno ene wo but you work to click say ono de won TV the only man Black Star no so ye Ghana for dia yonko fa yinu emra. Hello
Big Joe, good evening.
Good evening, Niana Tizai.
I'm Big Joe no Bible. I'm sure we should phone your house.
Boko, Italy Boko.
Big Joe. Say Ghana football in there. Big Joe, Mr. Waja, can't say in I am passing in you. Or more, Bamba, Payacho, or more Koya, no Masaka just say, Jimmy. 3 days on Massa Baba Payacho, Jenny Janu.
Oh, no, I'm not talking about the Premier League. I'm not talking about the Premier League.
Last time, I'm going to
yeah, I'm talking about the Premier League, not the Black Stars.
Last time, President so this can be more Ghana Sita, who day, you saw the Mao Monomuchidi. League in India, big you referees in India, or Munim said, Benifono house for no hunting for a capture, setting you see Ghana football house for a run. But I can do Monkoya, or Maka 3 days 4 days, Ghana Fumu, Yansen Vienna, or Maka 3 days 4 days, almost send him a Chintimunya, Monkoye, the Biamuka. Kenon Guso Moye, Ninom so Monkoye, or Maka 3 days 4 days, Umidaka, or Monkoye. More ref, Fiwujina, yes, I referee any because of Martin that. Mr. Ghana football in India, a big goose, a big goose, I tell like Sakato, Kikundi, Boo, and the intimate comes. I don't be free to any cremas, ni team dream safety. No dear man for the same thing any the way from preparing to war. So a good team therefore a Google fees and we go a yan say team no and I will team back so on so guna kahon. Or so free so at the same thing and the way. A mon passing for a bonus Sunday and media money with me as a place and a serum or money na coaches and no so no. Omnia package a prayer so mean for prayer emblem because near one prayer suffocated in a party issue me who do no party so no just abonnent miss. Ade, the ni man moka company and so ya de so nyade. One movie, you better to make a wasem. No suffocated in a party you who do you can. You be so bad no be sa question be out pay. Hey, asemo kotoko. Individual, I mean, I'm in team Yaman come on and be an come. Sleep days and some money on colleague Yamuni. One moment come, be a welcome. Cheer between us.
Okay.
Yeah. Bye. Cover my delmati,
Okay. I was for you go so. Dear Dreedy, I'm say, the segment ebeba. Na free the dready no abawie. Sanya sa I'm say, my free union na me wia. Me nya omo na free me do omo so aba. You know, asise so. me basi
Asante kotoko say yeah. Asante kotoko say yeah. Asante kotoko yeah. Asante kotoko yeah. Asante kotoko yebesha mamo. Asante kotoko yebesha mamo. Asante kotoko yebesha. Asante kotoko yebesha mamo. Asante kotoko yebesha mamo. Asante kotoko yebesha mwako. Asante kotoko yebesha. Asante kotoko yebesha ko.
Yeah, Big Joe.
Na epom ti say.
Ya me adu mo na azo e.
Ya boko. Nene over Premiership. Ghana ide about league no. Nene what would you see wa Accra Sports Stadium?
Me hwe ni nyina. Me hwe ni nyina.
But I think Kotoku Royals against Asofuk omo games amabono they are not being treated fairly. A bit of a so bit me kombi. O dem amefa we to Sunan Kofo enhwe bi. Just a few minutes. If you get this kind of opportunities, better na say ye gi ade ne tie obi a wabeka bi. Wonka bi. Because
sure.
You have the opportunity to go through all of this. Inti my day 22 abaso resource games positions asesa. So here Asante Kotoko akwako hiri akoda akoto so fifth. Inti chese positions asesa. Any ade. Asio me ma akwa ba. Asio jabi.
No we muting ho.
And to a meeting was already.
Yeah, Joe.
Na sense de o chiro ho de. And I call yi kakra etia. Ana ne be kan ya. Ana ne okoje yi no.
Say ana ne say menindam Hamburg na me sresre nuane. Ni nipa be ni nuane. Ene de menka sa ayo. Ene de menka hwe. Na etiefo ene be di masama me. Ene menka hwe.
Say one ko. Na say one na be ka say kwa adorin. Ana o ka say refi. So ka say kwa adorin.
Ko bi da.
Oso kwa adorin da. Hey openyi.
David.
Hey. Na say ana ka chem say o ko. Na efa na so ko ye no. Na say
ya. Hey. Then come baby ya.
Ni fa won hu.
Either 7 free have me quite juma.
David. That was a Saturday.
Free ababro chiri 7 come say me ni fa bia me juma to fee. Na me ntisa time na say. Ndimba ye na mbe hu say o kwa free na kwa juma na free juma na be fee na free juma to fee. Enu bi na me. Me nim baby ya.
Yo.
In you bedroom here, I'll be there with you.
Oh, the young country, Joe.
It's been no be a hamburger, how they would hamburger, but so be our say, Unimus UJB. Or be a name.
You penny my jet to minimum.
Or the young country, next time you're very recording.
Yes, yeah, of here.
Next time you're very recording.
Open here, you know. Who now can't ask him with my tea? Would the interest?
But a rare bear.
I check. Now catch him say, oh, I saw whom you know. Never baku.
Not have not no friends.
Well, the next time you're very recorded, that is it.
I will never record.
Yow. What am I going? Ghana Premier.
Yeah, Big Joe. Young child here for you now, Yamobia, Quababium, and I could see that. Wow, quite sorry. So I could bob by now what tree. Now go on and the Nancy. Ghana Premier League, March day 22. Sometimes, say, Bia, or can be Bia, people think, say, Abia wona who say football, Abia Anqua Mamunti, and Abia Moka. Enra, we won, but we still complain about the referee who handled Kotoko against Samate's game. It's not all the vet you say, Kotoko Lusu away qua any Becca referees. We won yesterday, and whoever watched the game, Enra, it was some boy Bian who attest to the facts, and some money can. Obia Bediatun say, yes, the referee, the performance was below standard. And then, minya time at Tenase House of game because I'm person baby. Not because say House of Folk win, and I say, yeah, House of Folk at all costs or more is a go. Never go so. And how officiating is really affecting the Ghana Premier League. Where man who says Satan Purino, he's not eligible to officiate in our games at Ghana Premier League. You can say, oh, moment that time, oh, Kodi Kotoko Karela and Semba, and because of Sakwama House of Folk, they are jubilating. Fine. Etinebino, Ebequetiamo. We shouldn't expect House of Folk to come out and come and complain about those things. Sometimes, as you usu and as you be able to say here, what do you know? And transe at this I told you, Master, Freddie can sue the master. Say, be a comma, a tinabino, it will turn against you. Officiating has been one of the most important things in our game, and destroy our football, especially and driving away the fans from coming to the stadium. And the house of Atlanta preaching 10,000 supporters. But look at the stadium, virtually empty. Virtually empty stadium. Now, I don't know the reason here. The second half, how many stoppages in the second half? But near the 7 minutes. And just like Enradia, Kotokozo boy, how many stoppages? Apart from the goalkeeper, the prior and for how long? 7 minutes, because you say at all costs, and even that free kick that resulted into the goal, it wasn't a foul, not a foul, because player and I can, and a player has player that is our it's so it doesn't mean virtually House of Folk had the nod, but Aquamomo, Ebia Fano on other side, Seke Ebia, I can call on that way, say Ebia Kotoku Royals in the South Africa, and Omodesaya, what would have been the bone of contention after the game? And Diebena KBC. So what I say, so the guy Tampurino, he's not eligible to be in our league to officiate because performance in our form. We share the two teams in the boy and Unka said this was a House of Folk team, a Sante Kotoko. And looking at goals now, must say in the last previous 2-3 games against Kotoko, the same thing. Baba Yara Stadium open the offside goals against Kotoko beam Accra Sports Stadium. the same offside. And then another offside again. And another game and so offside is so virtually about 4 and also a important goal to them. It's either it resulted them 3 points or it resulted them a point. Now maybe you are jubilating. If Tenity now to be complaining, then we will tell you to keep your mouth shut and sit on your ass. Because football, no, yenka say obi ni mobi. This is why most of the times when we go to the African soil, now you could experience referees and as a CAF referees, no more officiating games all the time. Biarubo say ni aje woto no ni aba because you think say no, the referees are helping us. Maybe are going in my favor, so I won't talk about it. Now they through the African level, and it's really hurting the clubs, and it's even destroying our clubs. Intimate drew anymore, especially in CAF competitions. Baby, action this year that free kick no. Next baby, assistant line 2 no dinner. Empty say go Nesha, how would you assistant line 2 and Moko training? I know say before a free kick is taken, who assistant line 2 crowd running at the core almost to the corner flag on them. Said the bay will be here offside at least but she may be an assistant line 2 no. So won't be flag is offside. And the referee baby and the positioning was very bad. Both the referee and the assistant referee, most especially with the assistant referee. So and before the ball was kicked, Caleb was on offside. No offside laning. No offside nima. Look at how we see here because Sabo no keeper any bit me I found. He did same at Baba Yaran Sports Stadium. Am I resulting to go and referee? You see people coming out. So Mubabe, me fan say, or Babi defend. They say, oh, you need mechanism, no, you need VAR. It is sometimes no. Yes, and I am my referee. It's my own. They did the piano. They will continue to do that thing. Say a bit me, I go in favor of the other team. And then I wish you could go for ball and no more, especially they contain House of Folk. They play them boot for boot. House of Folk final third was very bad. Even how they possess and the transit from the midfield to the attack was very bad. Omunimon Mukajobin Jr., Benjamin York, Omunina was wasteful. Now, say Komutiki of chances here, they could have been up by 2 or 3 goals to 0. Look at the chance Isaac Mensa. Only me and you, but Shebebi or Balu born it. Oh, but your referees, tries at all points. Let me give these people the opportunity to say at least 7 minutes in the do that time now because when we say from the 80th minute has our piling pressure on them. So you must 7 minutes in count at least on bit my benefit. Fine. But sometimes make the right thing. Say ne has a bordra. Can you see what will happen at Accra Sports Stadium? Because in the first half and even the second half, referee GBB, look at how they were hooting at the referee. Because almost feel said the referee's performance was below average. But because they've won, you see them keeping mute, say, oh, at the end of the day, we've won. That is how the push out the supporters is going to be. But they won't just deliberate and maybe analyze and see, say, in the coming days, and I think the coming games are away anymore. Say, how are we going to complain or how are we going to defend? That is the multi-million question. So the referees, they have to be up and doing. Almost say a game, no. Almost say na the enthusiasm. And how a month when the person will cost stadium, a game, no. And bringing it down because Obi or ye matured and also be a football fan. No, just had the way. That's a referee to me. I would go with this kind of go offside. No, to me, I would go. Game be money panina that interest to go to the stadium and watch games. No, because Obefi say referees no about the score line and share the bottom at all costs. This team has to win, and we are not helping the clubs. both Kotoko, both Haas, both Diana, we are not helping the clubs. There be a clubs in the Africa. Omukunya high standard referees. You better fees, you better 5 in 4, any 6 in this. That's how you be. You saw Haas against AS Bamako also. Look at the Omode Haas. Haas won 1-0 across posted. But return leg, one the Omode Haas. Omuma Haas is an ordinary team at the point in time. No more person basically goes in the account, or else not complete match has been 6 on that day. So the level of refereeing, they should be up and doing. They are cut from first round. They are complaining a lot about the referees, but they still keep on not changing. So that means, hey, yes, a violent take it by force. Some people say na say no. Some supporters, if I show people to maybe that they are quite support and he's happy. It's never been unquam not take it there and running saying but to know the power. You have rather done yourself bad because maybe I done the OJ man or anything by name Kutiano. All we say I done UGB man. He will talk about the present thing that happened. So football, no money free and fair. Know about club affiliation or whatever it be. And yes, has a channel and the UBI. And they are OBM say has against Kutuku. Ebe mere went for house. No BM say, but if you travel to 90 minutes now, BM still the game is still barren. They thought say Kotoku 4 came into the game. When Kotoko beat Kotoku by 5 goals to 1, a lot of people and even the presenters, they said, oh, Kotoku 4, they said lying on the bottom of the table, and then one was Kotoku 5. But look at them, how House of Folk struggled to beat Kotoku Royals. And I don't know what would they say again. And so Mbeka say in the House of Folk and that's what Mbeka say say Basa say has when at all cost. Football no, when where the credit due no, just give it out. And where you have to lampas or where and so your corrections, you have to do it. The referees are spoiling our game. And the referees manager, the referees assessor, and some colleague referees will come out and come and say all sort of things. Now, if you don't be defending, hold on now, you see them defending. And now I wanted to hear something from the Stanards commentators. And look at their bias. They couldn't say, even say it was offside or what. Look at their normal here. But when they came to the studio, after the game on mobile studio, then the panel members in the studio, they said it was an offside. They said the truth that the ball was an offside. But Akwamame, because the 90th time now so, and I'm getting 19, I can be 1 point by virtue of that, 3 points. So no. So as of folk, and then the Akwamamo, a tinabino, setim be the BMWA. We don't expect you say you come out. Fine, come out with it. But come on support and bet my about because no, we've won. But your team now you who against it wasn't the same team. And the goal now it wasn't the perfect goal. The ref, that is where you people who say yes. And yes about winning and the most important part. Say game no ebe koso. I'm a referee, so I'm a good officiating. That is the most important thing. That is the most important thing. I presume say at least your referees can do something better. Now you give a progress in terms of a league and and yes, I all the time a league something else. All the time we will be going from one year nearby because of officiating is spoiling our game. It was very terrible today, and even aside the goal, the Grand team, most of the decisions are taken. It was very bad. It was very bad. It's either he was not closer to the sport, or sometimes he was miles away from where the incidents happened. So I don't know which criteria the referees assessed, the referee managers, it used to pass all those people. Some of them officiating a Premier League games. And these are all class 1 referees into ABBA. it lies in the referee managers and the FA to punish that referee. But so a CAF referee and also a FIFA referee, there is no way he commits such errors. Because whoever will see this still picture, those are still picture where the line 2 was and where the referee was, they got it wrong. They got it wrong. House of Folk, they were saying go. Because who would now so a position when the boys even kick. Because ball you're kicking or winning. So why do you stand there? Why don't you run through to the corner flag to let us know where exactly say player be off and answer player be off? You are destroying our game. You are destroying our game. And so person Liga. This is not the way we beat Manchester League, you know. But Oko Africa, because of the dubious ways are Abia and Sebi so Mupua winning. No one to me do baby. If you want to win it fairly. Said Oko Africa now, at least you can do something in Africa without the help of referees. Because the referees, wow, no so no pija usiku kwoswa. Uka kudru honom no, because that referee no do calf game no, or FIFA referee, he wants to protect his integrity, he wants to protect his brand, he wants to protect his name. Into Onoba be fairly. No matter what has gone on, Oba be fairly. And I know now so team no any up to the standard because say near wow in the previous games are now born league in Mupa Africa no. Then na Bibiako back to square one. So your referees, you know, or more money up to the standard, we should eliminate them. Form free referees in normal fanco. EPL ABC. So referee DTS now complain koya members FA no take a decision. Oh my referee. So many referee EPL. So and yeah, all the time say we punishing 4 games and now we punish. It's nothing. We punish referee be 8 games. It's nothing because referee be all cry. We do 1 game. I say yeah, a cobe after 1 month, and I say it be 6 games. Class and when you it is a mano ABD. Maybe I can't bandit 8 matches. It's nothing to him because of fun say maybe I'm a Grammy games 1 month, and I say 1.5 months, 1.5 months. It's nothing. Until who punishes our revenue, no, he doesn't lose anything. It is what this background. Opinion says can be a year and a year. So see the pan and the best summer with another game said. That is how we have to go on now. Yeah, he said, so referee any who say, and they way they know, any point said referee 8 million. But why they are the SCA it should be severe punishment. Say yeah, the whole of the first round and the was suspended. Say in free Premier League in my number say Division 1 Hodoma, what did I call? That is it. Say Division 2 next one post how did I call is to serve a deterrent to other referees. But one is now Koyen say all the time, any abandoned 4 matches, any abandoned 8 matches, any abandoned 10 matches, it's nothing. It's a waste of time. So I'm not bother say this Alex Corte being the referee's manager. Because on one case are incompetent. He's incompetent. That referee manager Alex Corte is incompetent. He even doesn't deserve say obey me about a referee's manager. Because how on earth from last season and then started this season Friday I worse. But this same referee's manager will always be on there in the punishments. Severe punishments you demand referees. Can you say it shouldn't come out? Why shouldn't it come out? At least even if it shouldn't come out, the clubs involved has to get a response. Say if you're referee, you're punishing, say the Bema clubs now is satisfied. Everywhere in the world, clubs complain. Can you say they are casting the complain here? Complain here, my referee. That is how our football is everywhere. It is will be complaining. It doesn't mean say primary say yeah, the panel or complaining to do more. At the end of the Bible say we are papa and when man. We why never come as why never come as so the referees in there they are spoiling our game. It's very unfair. It's very unfair. I don't dispute the past fact. Say House of Folk I don't care about it.
Yeah, now if you say a referee's name, what about the leadership, the team owners, and then because
Open involved, but one said the main action is the referees. Because fine, maybe a team owner be crabit my BBC, maybe our referee the and then what Sada corner in because about baby. You say, and then now only referee near title, it's never no baby bet my happen. Maybe I was share the same referee, baby. No, this one man or the old man no high chance. Then the whole of the over best position and referee nice. So team owners in account, but once the main center of attraction is the referees. Because at the end of the day, we'll be what has gone on the grounds and I say before the game. But the moment at 90 minutes, on the field of play is what we use to attend you. And the referees managers are sitting there unconcerned because they know say, hey, there's nothing Ghana for bit my omoka ombijai. That is the trend.
When you say referee problem. Unfortunately, we send the Odubi. And ababi di me ho na unim nipa kra ne voice me hu nipa kra but voice ne sen kotoro voice Ashanti Regional RFA president chairman as a chairman and unim incident the crow it's all about the same referees.
Look,
and yeah, professional way come to me a board, you know, I'm will be a TV but I don't want to go to it. And it's all about the referees. And Asana Ripane can say, it's you just so. And he was trying to explain, what's your voice now? A Kotoro voice. And it's all about the same referee. When are they going to stop this? I mean, a standard now, say.
They are destroying our game. They are destroying our game. Because that shouldn't be how the game should be. And they see low attendance. Most of the people who pay phone lines here and I say even saying that research. A lot of the people who attest to the fact of refereeing in our game about Abia say nipa 10 and the befra imube 6 or 7 Obia become the same thing that is refereeing. Ade it the bia ebebum inti Ghana referees and learn that Ghana referees in sua the other. Inti omunhwe European games ni be at least to make themselves say they work on an insane also betmesua bibia free no said the bear wa so the bearing so there are so many good referees on my class 1 omudi games are assembly any home where Jacob Adontera ya odi ye ne has game before that time sin we di kotoko ni Olympics for Baba Erasmus 1-1 but after the game no kotoko supporter complain say referee na ndi ni Obian complaining it's 1-1 na the Olympics ball Baba Erasmus that day everybody felt say your team no na that day but he was fair even when Seki Lusus game the still Obian upon the same referee say he did well. Oh that's it omoba to us no consistency no that is the problem but you man a big match no now afro no after he was doing a lot of mistakes. In terms of consistency, and referees, they are very poor. They are very poor. They are destroying our game. And the interest from the fans, drop it low. From next season, even more lower than the
yes. This year, or the Bushani in a court, no Omako Baya Rakako game. As soon as may woman call.
As you de whom I'm working. As you may. I don't want to address you. Sorry, I got a network. I have a gun away.
So, as I'm interested in because I'm more interested in Samuel with a game, I'll just drop out. And we'll do on Kranam. Other league games have a cocoa so named the econo. At least who the results now be pan yeah. Or no quite my tested to that fact. So referees, they should be up and doing a cut matches do away and the rest of the matches a bit defining a lot of the teams, especially those who are on their relegation zone, and one more person sad games he did and it defining who is going to be the true champion and who is going to be deported. It is a referee who could this game way and also could this way. And my own write up say John Edriafo was saying he has not the goal was a good goal. He has no problem with it. So coach in the I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Say you already replay now about the changing. That is the right type. I mean, maintain say what can't but that is the right type. I say GTV Sports Plus.
Minim baby or Caribbean after different
post match
interview, no.
Yes,
because the way I did it by say by quick, it be aware.
Yes. And I don't know. In terms of benefit of the doubts.
Really? Did he say that? But we will say GTV.
Yes.
I carry that say be an no crestwalk cancer.
Yes. If you would remember that benefit of the doubt to say, hey, Pia, no kind of people are misquoting him, and I say, Pia, a bit more produce, say, Pia, or co post Martin, and Okaya, they are fine. But even Okaya, from where he was standing, or no line, so maybe you attest to the fact, okay, it was a beautiful goal. Maybe watching on the second time, at least, Obeka say, oh no, it be Obeka different thing. So with officiating, officiating it there, very poor, very very poor. Other league games are fine, became they did the needful because became say at least all the time. Last season, Crano or new Bia or Peso G League, say became here the type of team or Peso G League echo ball in the Champions League. Quite one of the major contenders at least commit my, but became the home no. Obe tried to carry all the 3 points, and he did the need for our share Karela by 3-1. So, Opeso maintaining that top 4 status, said in case of Fabian next season, you see a bottom 4, Obina that not to play the top 4, a year motor for Grana, be placing a respectable position. So he did a need for Accra Lions after say winning about 2-3 games successive, and so at for so and they or more so went drought by beating them 3-0. Who says so at more pitching so there very very difficult apart from us for concern a very very difficult say at least we bet me crack pay 3 points in maybe a point to be but looking at Accra Lions team way and then even last week you're sure against Olympics impo almost a quarter
win my deba with them the chemo Achim Kutuku Royals Rush FC. How can this be given as a goal 2023? Now omode game omni has fuku boy Caleb Amankwa offside na free kick no by na M1 say the referee lines referee was so close but we Tampuli
that be say referee there me referee there baby ogina no a very difficult amano
but lines so okay chiro
what can chiro kra and then you say the ball was in motion a free kick ni ajato so the first call of point say wo granny be corner flag in the wall. That is where linesman is ogina. So that is a deliberate and he needs to be sanctioned. Especially the line 2, he needs to be sanctioned and referee on the day, not the performance in form. They need to be sanctioned because they are not up to the task. With Accra Lions, with their former no more 3 games successive or more winning. Now say is Atema and then so Atema so person protect me because on first season in the Premier League at least almost to me per se first season or Timmy came the following season at least will bet me up ball to sustain because looking at their facilities you don't expect them say be on only the first season no massa go back. So I think they almost they need for almost it me amass that 3 points. I be an abebotina can fight abebotina. And one difficult thing for Lagos City is say if they don't win this game, it's going to be very difficult for Lagos City. So
very difficult. So I escape relegation.
The only thing they have to do is to win, and Ken Fies also be botina. So that means these two teams, if they want to escape from relegation, now and threaten or more, they need to win their respective games.
And yes, Cities need to win against Adriana and try to get a points against team we say Olympics. That's the only way they can survive.
That's going to be another difficult game.
Yes, because we are Omnia Sante Kotoko.
Sure.
Oh, it is a way to me and share Diana. Now when you 1 point to be a very difficult because Kotoko want to win the league. Very difficult.
Yeah. Because with this away victory Kotoko and Rano, a big boost of Mumura say, now you call any away venue Biana. Let's make our mind say, whether referee or no referee, let's do the needful, especially in the first half. You take your chances here. Yemba games, a referee the crowd later on try to do something. I share maybe 2 or 3 goals. I am more safer than that. So Lagos Cities they need to win, and a bit mama a strong ube how is it because and a bit win at least ube move the points now and attain Accra Lions. Yes, Accra Lions lose so the points the dia become be so free. House of folk aware Waba name more than Asante Kotoko because Kotoko were a game in hand. And imagine Kotoko to me when the game a year outstanding against Ken Pfizer probably Obabi Lady House of Folk by 2 points. And Nuadeba could say, and your man Asante Kotoko and say, now the attention and I say and you might tilt in our favor. I beat my boy because looking at the fixtures now, a warning. You be against Mediama on Sunday. That is a 6 and number 6. You be Mediama. Over Mediama we are then no akoko Legon cities. Right? No akoko Legon cities. No wabebo I don't know say Legon cities they are midweek or so. So midweek
Thursday.
Okay, say midweek are fine. Okobo no wabebo against RTU, yeah. What about RTU?
And it's a Sunday.
Then about and it's a Sunday. Yes.
6 p.m.
About RTU, yeah. The Wednesday, no about standing game against Pfizer.
6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Yeah.
So that means apart from Lagos cities there now, away, no, you have 3 games.
Yep. Hey. As I got to call, 7 in my Canada say, as I got a chance of winning the league.
Yes. And if you are able, say with me, when it's have 3 games,
which is 9
points. Now Baba and 9 points.
Yes.
Now, for instance, Abia Legon Cities, draw. You got a point, 10 points. And that 10 points, that time, House of Folk next game is going to play against Karela. And Karela is also that positioner. He needs to win that game. And one thing about it, say, House of Folk are going in without Kalebama at their back, it's Karela and took 31 to beat him. So if he wants to make something in the league, the next game against House of Folk, he needs to do the needful. So between us have 3 points or else, or also or relegation zone. Because when one game, it means move for about 3 steps or 4 steps upwards.
But when you say House of Folk, the next 5 games, about call away 3, home 2.
Sure.
Aye, over home 2, 3 away.
So, say Karela for to me the needful. On Subenya the 3 point, it is a Kotoko to me take the advantage of playing 3 games now, Bobo no Baba and 9 points now go 5 points. If free Legon cities are at least when you're 10. At that time, either what catch up with the first position as in Puabe sign first position because we play to your advantage. Wabe sign as if you are stretched by 2 points. So that is the most important thing. Kotoko, if they want to win the league, that is what they have to do. Say the games no bebono baba 3 no untimi nye bibi needful or nye bibi exceptional. Now untimi win 3 games no pick even a point. So ko pick 3 points in the crowd away there and hallelujah. now what will be and a bit kusin one more
even House of Folk omo games no say omabo nyame adma Sunday Saturday omne Karela ewa nyina se
Karela yeah
yes which is afi omu wi a omba be home with Accra Lions na omo
that is another tough game
yes ombo home a omsa game with Nsuatreman na ombo
Accra
yes omoko Dreams na omfi Dreams a na omoko because them say Accra Lions home na omoko Dreams a no ombo bechem omko bechem enti won say no omoko away omko bechem na omabo some tamal almost akọ Tamal City it oma away games na maka nche no na home no yemienu
look at this
games, so.
Yes, very tough. So that is where Kotoko has to take an advantage. And aside that, Diana Susu games are be ball within that, or no Susu be games of bono. And so you against that relegation threatened clubs, no. And Adebakwa, ebe boye ni say, one say relegation threatened clubs, no. Most of them na ya bomo, especially aware we into most second round ebe Kotoko home. Because okay, obi te say Ken Pfizer Kotoko home. Which team Karela ebe Kotoko home. Kotoku Royals enkwana ye away. Yes, Kotoku Royals enkwana ye away. Oni be a Legon cities determine of the ebe happen ya now. Yes, it's only that 2 games in enkwana ye away. But the other games is Baba Yara. So if you take that Baba Yara spirit said this time around, Obiawa Bebiawo said game Biawo Baba Yara, then it will make you that champion. I remember so be a Baba Yara when him say one careful budget 3, 4, 5, especially playing under the floodlights. So this is where Kotoko has to take that advantage. More money solely headed, more mutimu yomote. Enquire say, oh, ye bo Baba right at all costs, ye bet my winning. No, this is the time you have to work extra miles because almost so by my say they will give referees out when say Baba Yara is a bit safe. And then me who Baba Yara stadium no, I am very fresh and nice. Pitching on her and you team be out possessible be so no equally good because omo ball bad pitches so omo be good pitch now. Possessing here. And even your game against Mediama the Crown, we should be very careful on that game. Against Mediama, we should be very, very careful. Against Mediama, you're very careful. Maybe can't sign a word of caution from a weekly but I'm signing this word of caution. Saying, bless don't be solely headed.
So many offenses no mo wi dia nka omo 5 games ne ye aduana ne RTU RTU mo ko brekum o fi brekum mo Tamal City o mu wi no aduana ne Great Olympics nti ha no aduana ebebo how aduana ebo 2 home matches atwa so there bi o MCB a we nye home
the sa paper my in the course of a
now the kasa
so aduana bebo home me no atwa so
okay wone Tamal City ne
o tsana so ne Legon City we a oba bebo RTU fi
no Kobrekum
yes no Kobrekum now bebo Tamal City no abo Olympics we fi
okay Ekoba Sanso
de aduana ya no okokotoko
yes but Ekoba Sanso de aduana abo more home games any more away games because that's at now o share ope Premier League no home na aduana abo away more esia ebo more home more esia Asante Kotoko as today
oh as now aduana abo 10 home games Kotoko abo 9
me hear there
so Kotoko home game no na
outstanding no
na kaye nyina ebe yepe in terms of away in the Kotoko bomb 1 more away match because aduana abo na away match no china in the bomb away match no china we no ale Kotoko nyina abo 12 away games intina na make us china results no so key in Kotoko title chase because say Ekobane Sana Kotoko winning outstanding 2 points between Eduana and Kotoko. This one to keep pace now because he's on a baba on the match they decided.
Yeah. Joe, you're very careful, especially with Mediama game now. Every 1 week, week, you know. My fan say just gone conclusion. Tina may sign one in from a neck. Say players, they should listen. Mama, sa victory ne nyan enrano. Ye while celebrating and ne where we from a kono. Just tune your attention to Mediama game. Mama blaster game no message my dream. Don't forget about it. Think about Mediama game because Mediama game is one important game. And one dangerous game because Mediama fans will try say they will do everything possible. Say at least or maybe even a point from Baba Yara Sports. Because yes, Anna, no, I say points. So just go into that game with that seriousness and what the winning. Mama may say I win here be into number board and Nakadasika game no El Baba Yara. Tina may start from a neck. We have 1 more week. Said the bear Yitimunya yede. Eti nyambota results and your bumpire say be call in favor of Lagos cities. That protocol as also etimi atiki that mantle say.
Okay, Nana, I'm here. Eduana about 10 home games.
I will be born Baba Yara no. Utimi nyasa. Yes. Unya some maximum points na a bit na boa na league no. Opeso GTR. That is where it determines. Eti go. Mami nyanom so sumbrem na second round ne ba. Nam because say many NCC for no come out. Na me no ready.
Hey, unim say Eduana omo lose wo home this season.
Dabi.
Omo ni Asante Kotoko dey lose wo home. Is your trema who?
But I think Eduana my father said Kotoko I better home is Eduana because Kotoko 9 matches were part 21, Eduana 10 were part 22. So Kotoko born outstanding when I about draw there and only Eduana be but so we need a better home record than Eduana.
Okay, Kotoko yes, Eduana was 22 and Kotoko 21. Okay, we about 10, we about 9. Okay. And so here has a focus so about 12 home games, almost 20 points.
Yes, we got about 12 home games. Yeah, so now about 3 more games than Kotoko.
That's a lot. It is all.
He has on away games. Also, to see
home. In Swatamani Dika with 29 points, and Sanwa could be chim with 27 points. Brukum Chelsea with 25 points. It is the only teams we cover Womkoma. And a very difficult so between our winning. With the points now, Mukranetches or home in a domo, Abedu Domadruno. Mediama, I was 24 points. Accra Lions, I was 24 points. Wow. Karela, I was 23 points. But I'm over Karela, how many points?
Yes.
Almost 26.
Oh, we need away.
Ha!
I draw me and turn away. Oh, we need away.
Wow.
Indeed, out of Okosha, Obe visited Karela, difficult grounds as of now.
Next game,
Obeko Brekum, Obeko Bechim, Obeko Dewu,
Tamale,
Obeko Tamale, about Tamale cities, or a relegation threatened. Hearts away games now very, very difficult away games.
Very. And an away, okay, you're away, but the Hearts of Folk away performance, they are very good.
In fact, the top 6 there, only chance. Only chance.
Yeah, but my main cousin back control. The away now can want some House of Folk home and yet. But on my way to performance is very good.
So away it depends on the team. Because Hearts away now the points now yes no. Away no for Hearts Kotoko 2 points. They were away.
2 points.
About less away matches. The away match back was Accra Lions.
Okay.
If away match back Ogunya Kotoku Cape Coast.
Okay.
Which is more like a neutral venue. So these 2 games account, especially the Kotoku and the neutral venue, account say Now teams like Bechim, Tejo Kone Homa, there is nothing guaranteed. In fact, no kwani nyame ne me and nafem e wo fusuja abo and yes sure say any of the top 6 bet me afa win e wo fusuja apart from Makala and so
early in the transworthy and only problem no omonye trans because the last 2 seasons
but
no I think last season last question more
last
2 seasons
last season also
last two
seasons I have the leg you know and no go winning where team winning ko
so mo ayenji almost say
winning watachi man like okay
yes sabon ana ne se wo sabon ana bechem tika referee fusi ye ana go no krom kwhye no na atade ne nsa e wo konkoni kon ho e wo penalty
ya man report
man free mu ko na 6 match
that season okay who say bechem the last but one game no survival relegation what I say but the last season and this season bechem will feel is so and the team they have is so difficult and on why very professional because for bechem to discipline Karela maybe your day men kind of say
yeah ma de ba ko e ma mi kakra na me fix
Karela say baby your dano yet
woni ma de ba ko
na
me fix Asante Kotoko performance on away ni ye West kra enye but o kan away table na Asante Kotoko the third.
Yeah, because Edna win Nama yet about 13 points.
Yes, in the
just less than
referees bia and Asante Kotoko. Come on, league no. Ki atitimu kura.
Ntina
Would the young fan say Kotoko against Babiani Ghost Stars? Babiani. Because I bought it there.
That was a short 3 points.
Yes,
sure.
It is a coming as 3 points. 2 become with one. Anka
even Tamale City, the end it was a short 3 points.
15 and Tamale City offside, clear offside goal, and then the referee decides over J. And can also see a 3. And in catches and Kobo Lidi and can be a Diana Stars. Anna, Kobo Lidi Diana Stars with a point on a way. And even RTU commit when you are a point.
Sure.
Yeah, RTU can get the point of referee.
With the Karela need Dreams FC, they almost share emphatic 2-0, 1-0 there. Try enough one should go. Even though referee decided to board the issue, about 20 more have a penalty show.
I mean, we had a penalty. You could have decided.
Even now, referee said, baby, you cry, Kotokonia penalty, actually, so one yet.
Yeah.
As you,
it
is sad the Okasa Zabunya, dear, and say, I think a crowd.
League the finish is very interesting because Osha Kotoko lads 6 matches.
Almost 2 away.
Wait maybe home to Tamale City, about home to Bibiani Ghost Stars, or quite away to Kotoko Royals, or home to Karela, or quite Accra Lions, or home to Dreams. Or maybe anything now
with my so you don't know what
Only one fish are maybe. Second, a last game. I any Dreams bebono. Not Dreams
coronation
game no call relegation. Hey, game ticket to crack a Mikako Akoshibi.
Hey, what is the last season? What is the last season? The last 2 games or the survival.
Yes. Oh yes. So maybe this is
As you NC.
Oma besi Baba Yara. Yes, said the Agili.
You remember some children.
Yes, I had the Agili.
Kotoko shed the Agili. Hold on, you. Kotoko shed the Agili.
Go for.
You remember some children. Emra referee no. Akumate. Ball players or J penalty against Kotoko no. The one veteran referee say from Sempo old referees so more than from ex referees so bisa or see Saturday night no my blame referees ni bebre ne betumi happen to any referee because according to say as a woody game na no as a when near feel ho so nti it's like hu ne ade no or yeah foul and as ade no one year foul nti wo ma wo card so no betumi dey akere obia later no and I realize say oh what the card number the wrong player papa some way how near catch them
So they make
and so you have
but
an ex-referee. And advise this current FIFA referees a referee one for you.
I don't know Metiase.
At the end of the but they will find a way to defend
where they can avoid it.
That's you. I just be an assign my two stars be a sometimes you charge league.
What as you can cross a conoko. Be charge league Baba Yara. Now be sadi we are referee to coffee. Trust me.
And that day so supporters be buying their numbers because when you say yes league.
Sure. And you can don't say any of you are going to rob be Kotokobo match be na ya league na san o money abebo.
Yes.
San Crofo we are cat our point you one there. Minimum say mama say eseme omoye nipa bia a well planned, well thought through and was selected San Crofo. And about Alex Contedi. He's one of the most dangerous people as far as your league are concerned. Dangerous. I didn't think of it. The only punishment I would say, punish the referee no matter 10 matches. 10 matches now, or onion, on Fangotan view. Yet Nico Division 1. Meanwhile, Division 1, Honosono, a Hoya Sabi, Obinswa Juma. Or then me has to say when you're Division 1 AD because at the end of the day, he'll be paid. When you get here. Also, so a punish will be at Nico. Do you take this as a punishment? A deterrent to be a with the money, so on debut. And you have this referees manager called Alex Contedi as supervisor, sir, at the time. Can't we be bold and tell some of these referees say, kwa bonting for a season or 2 seasons? Can't we do that to this referees deliberately? Can't we do that to them? You bet me aye.
Kasa.
You bet me aye. I'm saying something, baby. Me trust a big deal because I am pathetic. And then my look, I am no heart for. Men can't say being strong. Men say we lies or moti. Say na say officiating be once a banner ye can. And they say football ni mudi any munti ase abano. And they say be a me heart ni na ye kotoko ni na ye heart ni ntino. Ye ni ko ba ko mun tintina say I didn't obvious, no, as I be defending. That be. Ever as 7 penny for anymore. Now, as a new deal of football, no, ever from. For example, here and idea see, me, video, I mean, can't be an idea see with your hands round. And free kick in the banana, going pano, equato, porno, I know any war. So, okay, Joe. Me come a money who ni my money who me go home no Milan about airport say. Me catch them who say, boy, they will find a dubious means to have a goal. As soon as we come with 3 man, me say, boy, they will have a dubious means to have a goal. And to get a goal. So, and no more ye war. Ni na me no ye Caleb any Konadu na realize the Konadu and there were more into Caleb na me any position. Video. A brand thing a 2 ball in and no one saw outside. It's all here. I damn little Facebook na because I'm with my phone. Or had the ball we and say no, you hear proper angle. You hear proper angle to I mean a clear view of this goal because now I knew said the boy was in an offside position even ran when in slow motion because as at the time I free kick in the bar and I'm catch them who say baby do be observed to me so I was keenly following the proceedings say me head the BC and sign goal number and I was shocked since I've been a by the team and lo and behold Abranti the two mra obe kiki ball no and mamenka adia I name one job obi catch me say na there was a forest of heads body into the referee tampuri ho a catch the nipa me say a lie a palpable lie
say on fan say hunko anya no correct
maybe ana tampuri
o no be
maybe ana tampuri gina no bibiye ni hwe si ni na the money foul the money offside crowd so be on say what me ba ho we be tampuri free man the assistant referee no on AR2 and I'm no AR1 and AR2 on AR1 because no the other side yes when the position now and I'm so wasa na onya de ntino as an assistant referee I baba ball and friend say free kick friend saying yeah line 18 box no what do you say the basics yeah said young call referees to intimidate so be kasa na mo marco calls ni bi da say be Jimmy kasa nyansen young call calls ni bi da but oko ifa bum ran mu a say ye ba be to such free kicks na who assistant referee no adia any negotiable they say line the last player I would na wo no no wo ne be pay any negotiable the last player our human war ni no wo ne be pay yen call school ni be da but ade we no me here obi a wako refereeing course no aba be catch me na say match referee assessor bi and I'm referee manager bi no aba be catch me so what happened he decided to say or better than referee line mo abetire kakra but even na chikakra no crowd buy no yes to la no ohu do no abon there but still la the position na no gina no ohu so what happened you to feel it no say tampuri en ho sa referee no obo so be ho na me video money money glaring in the say on say so okay yeah but they can play a bit ansana as about Caleb ho meaning say mu notice are there na if you play a bit
sir
meaning oh yeah but then you play back could record so hard player back could record so the trinity ansana Caleb match when you full header but a trinity okay so when you slow mo be okay then yes say apart from say Caleb you be free kick na no outside no more you know empo once actually play a t na san beto no nko a ho no and no so san man here outside because apart from saying no outside position now yeah ball that's at the time the ball was kicked the position no man here clear outside I don't know want to be argue ho minimum kwase bi out an about asempa FM maybe I'm so game yeah that Jimmy for Brad TV or the different maestro so then they also or catch them was say two still pictures and then train baby and then still pictures now or determine sad cases way video and then and the about football and the football even the top football officials and you still pictures and you determine
no do you think he knows anything about
Jesus
football? He don't know nothing about football.
Listen that me things I was like hey and all customer were public ama on say you start for be so almost for say omunya me no be ka bia no the gospel truth big Joe and they all over the world papa ya me hu ndi boy Gallagher GPL for the BBC ne via ne akofre na ya betrim the dealings in Nara still pictures because as at the mra adieno ebe take place as at the mra it take place you need to pause it You pause it. No one has a 10 year say, Ampa, waging a hen, and no waiter, and then offside. We use 2 pictures to determine it, and it makes their job very simple and easy. Because anything, yes, I'm play a neighbor born. You're not play a neighbor born. At every muti, Mumian chess way, name I am fan to it. Because the behind and many baby, and who you say, ye fans, ye football, I say, there's a idiot trade the article. There be first, you say, baby, play an original and sana, and nipa or kick ball or then my air ball. Okay, so what's now? Line, you know, who can attract the opposing side now. First pan, then can say and play outside. First pan, which is the moon, who can crab attract. Not all participating crana. Near say outside. Actually, if I reviews Hamran. No, must say, dear. I'm not even in a back home. Apart from say with them, first time and they use me and say with them, not about now with them. Apart from say with them, you see, we involvement. Into bet me at them, so we involve in play now. I don't know, you foul as offside because you have nothing to do with the ball. Again, why interfere? So you did not involve with play, you did not interfere with play. But Caleb Amangwadi, Caleb didn't see it. Caleb involved himself, he interfered. He interfered and involved himself. Mrana or them. Now say me, I said the name called refereeing calls. Me to me, at this I never win in an answer. No, the referee, class 1 referee, your friend Tampuri, or no such referees, no, and the lives of friend saying referees manager, and I hope to get your condition on the now day in and out. And then one, and then you two, repeatedly, every week, you have some profane and all the decide now. And nobody seems to care. I'm not saying I can't dear. I'm not even on some of that. I'm not saying any bit of worker. You make it on the wall. Or tell me to sound as I can't. Oh, penalty there, will be any. A bad officiating there will be any. And then you are open area will be any. Now, I mean, your ball lake was zoo, and say your ball lake, I won't mind you. Yendi, your mantra, and they say, bad officiating the Obianabi. Into no, and you have people in suits. I almost say almost pretending over a professional league was the league. How? She have huge sums of money. And the man was a courses. Yeah, call football, seminar. Waste of resources. And it's not better than pitching this one. No, my chaff, my mura. And my phone, my tongue, time, nobody am I on the field of play. I'm not saying this because some say a hard game. No, because those of you are Mutie and Wahano, we said similar thing. Because we have seen something now, gradually. And saying football now, and penny for at any deaf ears. I want home. I mean, people be informed, Hoodie. The referees are not helping us. And Obia man and Noswa, Osisebo Nyade, Yampamuno. Obia man and Noswa, Osisebo Nyade, Pamuno. And like I said earlier, no, we begrudge Obia or Bekasa because Obia will no opinion. But the fact say Yampamu Zebono, and so to be being training say, as I say, critical assessment of the referees at the mind of the field of play. In central fortitude, you know this, but you must not turn a blind eye on it. Not the easy targets, management. And then they also a Christ Sports Stadium. Had it not been this friend is a deliberate friend is a go where you want to share. Are you telling me saying a heart be go ever coffee with 3 points? No. Yes, a draft for me big grudging because when your second looker. As I'm not kind of my best son. I didn't know more official site, about the report to say go near outside. Yes, when you're second a year, about best son. Because yes, saying game, it makes the work of the coaches, very difficult. Calculation a big way in the CCA. Imagine say you call your away games in the in your fair officiating. Yes, tactically you might say whatever, but I can tell you for sure, say, had it not been this referee's poor officiating, at least there are some matches and game Murphy and Sapai, and I say Murphy with a point. Okay, Murphy with 3 points or a point. But what do we see? Yes, sir. You never quite be also near deny obvious goal. Near any quasi GTI and also no GTI. And let me tell you, people, those of you are aware of Casse, said referees, see what Janabia and the Boshano ain't happy no football, Musahau. And happy no, and this a boxing. Like Professor Zoom kindness, I made the referee box a ring in him, and then they me open the agent out to make me do food for working. I mean train a EBR. But football, referee bet me a frustrating on the field of play. Federato Safotela. Also, infringements, send a ball was through. There been the ball was made. It will below the chest. Player not meet bar form. And see, want to mean if I were against Safo. When Priscino of Fabon or any more yin who free and him, or course, board and him. And see, it has nothing to do with friends infringement. So these are little things. Cost war league anymore. And my interest, die. So the other kind, the brain, especially these FA guys, oh my, you may need to be BNC. Maybe when you say maybe every hop, maybe you say maybe every match review panel no more. Maybe you say maybe every match assessors no more. Not boldly, what I say. No. Watching this clip and now this video, no. Young friends officiating officials, no. Near question on because a good and brand no moving. Maybe when you say maybe so Ochina or better sign a mono, Ghana Football Association. Being a referee, being match assessor, or being referee's manager, or being match review panel, and even including the FA officials themselves. You must sanctity, integrity in a work game. You uphold me, I'm wrestle. Because you to me, first I did my way, I also and to you say you're both professional and I say you're both proper league or Ghana. Why? I mean, me friend say, go for your egg as and my head ball from a pack, we are 1 o'clock at Musabri. You don't see such things. Yes, a bit Dominican, a defender, approaching Grano, a bit of mistakes, a high VAR, and then yes, mistakes in the back, but then they glaring ones see. Tampuri saw that the player was on offside position. Assistant referee saw said the player was on offside position. At the end of the day, he ignored. Why? And you think, say, I mean, some of us, you're more and some, you keep mute because the mantra now, it didn't be no one in so channel, it didn't back on the station, be a with Jimmy or say, officiating there, or be a bad officiating there, or be a benefit to be. So, meaning, while I drain over 3 months, you be used to side we. Ede apampam league amobo say bad officiating the obi afebi. Na bad officiating na say bad e komo obi a adenti ne yentrance na sa nkrofo no abo mutimu poso mo yes anema no yentumi enkat like yentumi for baby a very restrict some from doing those things. Yentase free match review panel na Abrante had for penny edasono yentumi manenye at Feda Tampon, some of them also he has something to do with the referees. Yentumi ntanase ne nkan come say hey Jack your brand no mo ku your brand no movie. And Newton that's a break no also you have a brand to protect. Yes, so your brand to protect. Nti yentina ho say your brand movie. So as an FA, it's a brand no here more. More officials no officials no omo go brand no movie. Say mo so na masha omo so mo nye sade no e wo lake sentence no dia mo hwe ni because dako obi be fam no dia shamensam aye de ni kwan so we say oye Big Joe, imagine referee I take such decision against Accra House of Folk. What is the imagine sad boy the same thing it is ACT House of Folk. I can remember 2 years ago. Adriana ne House of Folk. More nasa Edmund Sasso, Adriana player by Quisi referee penalty. Adiachi Asempa FM. Kwano kweti ngwasi asema no motivo eka referee no ano nsa no abo referee no abo bijo mi no ka say bam 10 games na punish referee no enne see you don't hear anybody say anything about it and no be to me control catch us on the first pictures of Grandma. And the beer has had you win a cosso. The piano a cosso. The piano a cosso. And like Alan said, a banisa champion Ben, who you know, Wako Africa, I could know my name. Into the money one blasters. And then Kwasia Kika Black Stars in Kwasia Kika because Ubenya Sabi Ubenya Penny Phobia. We name the kind of thinking come some pump physical money to enrich themselves because blasters the Arabian the focus is on the blasters, not the main affair is a brand in a Modiano. And I said, maybe kind of a brand that you're Modiano, but taking proper care of home. And the Omega to baby, they look unconcerned. At the end of the day, we will come and declare the champions. Our concentration should go to blasters. Let me repeat. You see me, if you had a wise person, maybe when you're sending or F position be a will be, and I don't care. Some sad video way I see what Grass Stadium because I deal with no any password. And I can say Europe BC, a whole more VR ABC, Dabi. We know any password, we need a boapayo, we deliberate because the two people now no mujina who say a Branton was in an offside position. Into what went into it, I'm allowed no sago no standing and like anime become in some Jude any and then trading Guazia more the benefit. There is a screen, Esimunjaya Modi on the events at the venue more the Aquania mutumi replay until muhe replay na mutumi come about say and pade we dey say na koy and say na koy so enam adwemu Harry any say the mofra grunti no obi anyone no otumi e bold guys no from the look of things no ball we outside and now modern wana yempompo a defento videos yi wa hakrambo no yetumi ehun say ball no baby na brand ni na no outside it take abankwamo ewo studio ho ansa na won ba be pem aka say ball ni outside. Why are you doing this to ourselves? Video, my main fancy, I mean, because the way anybody be a year when he saying, been Jimmy, been dancing, no, we are about to defend it. Otina, especially, Otina, listen to us and buy it. Otina, oh yeah, Otina, listen to us and buy it. Sorry, no other. But we Sabri no partner for the bedroom, my strategy, yeah, time. Me that time it's your the mantra never concerns say team be benefited from bad officiating and the ego faculty of matches on my and running some so benefit
no
in Kasa ni Jimmy Kasango
only one thing Asante Kotoko matches are in life majority of them no against Asante Kotoko majority. No, for instance, hold on. For instance, I can't. I know Penam near you know, guys, the second goal. How do I see them so well? Say, Ubeka say in Figi, a pim player, no. But the end say, Oponya, but hold on,
Open player, also, I can't say here.
Or no one a cheat, it will not call a cheat player, and then Sassuni. It was pretend a contact sports.
It wasn't intentional.
One finance,
in figure than a crab or
it won't be your foul. It won't be your foul, Tiano. And one can say,
referee power.
Yeah, the guy is a referee for better foul, what your foul was a penalty.
So, what you foul a penalty? Okom Remupans there. If figure it wasn't intentional.
No. I mean that particular game. That particular game. Bobby on a mass, Safu Taylor, a fire defender.
Yes, and also come money example.
Oh, surprise.
Taylor, then out in a far player and say, and see, we're not dear, honestly speaking, no practice. Now, anyone was a referee foul.
I said, you, maybe your home, to say the end, match a hand war, essentially. Would you imagine, say, imagine passing atmosphere, no, any environment near a free and fair, no intimidation. Nanka, referee also amount with 90%. One amount good officiating. Now get your boy see both teams exhibiting of talent on the day. That is what we are crying for. And yes, in Papa Yarao, a crowd, a hair phone, setting Mary, setting me one and him, so then you because everything you what 3 people are Mujinamu as arbiters. How mona more say ye better ye so when we be most our communication gadgets. I deal with netting pay part of the answer. Want to use your training padamo, you know. Go advantages or conversation mono near frozen a foul. Or beat me to the elbow, every player come and 18-yard box near me. I mean, you ask yourself, what kind of game any as I said, team entering go winning away because at all costs as I waiting, home team every a difficult say away team go will be home, I points. All because referee will make sure say Obama home team helping hand. That be. I better say mama grown in fact, let's go there. Me dear, so me can't actually Nepadia. You are the worst referees manager, and as a referees assessor, and as a referees leader in Ghana. So obviously, it's because Kasano, Ayawode, send action, and then because of sending more try some protect some of the referees in it. And my boy is in and then my bonnie and as a mistakes are more correction because all the time, no, you jump to their defense. And it's not helping the game at all. Give them a stiffer punishment. Let them go. Let other guys come and officiate. And almost also now just say you have some group of persons be one of the to category A as the match is piano or money ever small because the kind of accommodation or can accommodation no yeah matches in been ready into a bit one Jimmy Crana Salano your man a Obeko Division 1 obedi 10 games you bet you anika aba I mean did you no
okay Nana
my comment said
Sayo You come on and they will say the officiating as a more this picture officiating, but a carbon say I had it because down to the image of the league. And then my league, being when they say a competitive, attractive, and fair. Waiting on investors in the league. It's not a sponsor, but it's your bar on the terms and conditions that my players' numbers so the back. Miss me for matches and to me sites. No, they are because I say a here once was Shabo saw the sponsor paper and I want our creme. Enti Jajo or cast a down better. That is it. Because league is attractive. My Caribbean can be 2-3 sponsors. I did propose as a bar. Who scrutinize it? No way in your pay free. But and then your pet and one I'll be the amount. But also never be also pen or said them. But Sunday, we are in the Adam cause it goes, I mean, a long path to affect the lake, but affect it because this picture depicted a clear upside situation. Say, I said, we may respect the Ama lady, but you see, Sadio, who said, "Yeah, emblem center refugees, but the other come when they say, "Yeah, linesman, no, you have a big problem crossing refugees now to some park." Assistant referees, no, only a big problem, Papa, because one, almost ready. Out you go, you must to come. The referee saw it say offside. I understand they say, now, out you boys to be Janet, they were intimidating the linesman after the game. So the linesman couldn't. And I understand, say, or call dressing, or compensate, say, who said DNA off. But still, number one in training. And even at halftime, number one in training, or dressing room. And you don't want to make it. Now, and that you could see the position of the linesman as I do. And you do be that. So, offside, but the original, or that. And I know when I was original. Oh, I was over Bijina. Go pull in time because you're about to voice him to check the last person on the line. Meanwhile, the whole call center. How possible? Where is so basic? And your linesman sometimes be simple. The last time, Kotoko be any striker, then is a bomb. The linesman who said, be any player that then is a bomb. Was me on my flag so. Signifies a power against the BNE. So most of the times, everything is left to the referees. And referees be so more. Sure, the linesman. No sure. Some of your blessed. I said me and Baba. I remember Salam. I catch Nadal for referee. I'm man say that day Papa Patrick or not a FIFA referee, but we assistant referee. Papa Patrick was the assistant referee too. Now, the last penalty incident this year, Stephen Bukola, a train caliber mankwa, na Otia and Naso. Now, some of the bench and you could see from the video, we be come back and share the highlights again. On the Abenishon, then Papa Patrick, or Share Papa as a senior man, as a FIFA referee or assistant. But not a pala flag needs to end from an incident is not a bang. The corner now so Papa who are there no direct more than Solomon. So a fair no who said that for me. Then he decided to ignore it. So Solomon said that is what our catch said Madame for. So we have a problem with assistant referees.
Now, Papa and I on the Facebook say. Honestly, or if you over here born who said, "We am from so."
But you are an assistant referee, and yet be it's far. Also, more you raise up your flag, and more kind of more referees. So you money yes simple the more because I think about referees here in the past they trust the assistant referees because of angles no more. aninti bibi sisa no pe no mo flag pe adwuma no easy the mom na enti ade bia ma dwen wa menti ase we kai kotoko ne break Chelsea Steven Mukwala bana ko wobro 8 or 9 goals
yes abone
go yes
go
and 1-2 oh no pa be share clean goal we have to be pega ni say ni flag say offside ye ko ma le yam through pass behind offside about linesman unya bob defense splitted pass a piercing pass as we are say a ye defense no free na a ye striker na man ho apie even though when you offside no when they say striker no an kwate no one wale dey any offside sa na legit me be unya free and adeba I think say perhaps in the Premier League especially Kotoko was omofato mo so na say just say you must set piece now that would different set piece now. I have some of side trap because they won't see. They best work oka. And say how some Kotoko dia so I have there also much from there.
Kwame, money sasem we are working because sasem we is not passing it through. It's not passing it through. We should stop doing it.
Yeah. And I
you're the best saying 1,000.
And I mean, who said the team did so well about that. Some boy, any point in time, I'm make sure so I'm the last line. Yeah, to share my own goods, baby. Yeah, money, yeah, question lines, man. Say the soon of size is Jadabi. Anytime, undo something, make sure so your last about a pen. Simple. Because say yes, I did say be easy there now. If you have to say free kick could be outsider. And when you see a consider goals, be was a consider. Because at the back where linesmen into me defensive and says you when the ball is kicking, Nipani offer on and when I say no, it is the point of kick. And most of the times, Steven Mukwala go down because a quality no offside no. At the time, na young ball, na Mukwala try the striker. Now at the time, you have the pass. I think there's a demand that pass. At the time, I remember the pass. Na Mukwala, onside defender no, defender they ahead of him. But on share the point of kick. As I'm back with the most important issue now, the player and I are cardboard. That is what they can't differentiate. And Nature makers and said, even with legs say Joe, legs now, me who say, they are struggling with this particular offside decisions. EPO on a Bayama, line a little bit me can line a little bit and Katua. Just say, no, I am inconsistent because at the time I play and I pass the ball. So I observe on your own. That is the most I wonder. And not sure that share offside no. Because me to remember Bejina with tea. But the other ball no, we play an anchor ball that time and now what Bejina with tea. Not done. I want to be outside. But when they say, oh, me was all done the TDN and my off. And then I call for this automatic offside decision system by walk up no. So at any point in time, share the point of kick. And boss never sends this ball the sensor send this signal out to the cameras. Who say at this particular point in time, this particular minute, this second, this microsecond, and I play an inline car ball at that particular moment. Yeah, should be a teammate in the or see offside or not. And even legs with that bad with one or more play. So the most important thing for the quote team is if you are a good game leader, sometimes offside be they can easily find it. But this is the money to and the no support now yes we are say yes we are set pieces be say yes so say you yes you to your own fra e penalty box no men ya say you be smile off until you go baby near off Debbie, you have been free so I'm to me. Into say offside position this signal should be communicated to the team.
Oh,
because House of Folk and they are benefiting from that set pitches because referees
serious.
And so we find a way we defend this set piece, especially when it is that kind of free kicks now. A free balance for banana. And no, don't worry yourself setting an offside trap. The goalkeeper, if it's closer to you, especially closer to a 6-yard box, you can come for it. And how defenders one by one, she will be a Janeti. Who Janetia? Because and then Kakotoku defender they go to Caliban, and go ahead and say.
But
so that is what they happen.
Kwame, really sorry, video. Sorry, Kwame. They are not say. They are not the mindset in say. Rules no room to referee no be protect you.
I swear I made sure say rules no room by Cromo linesman for no. Not even the linesman for no. They are not able to identify every year bubble why they are off or not. It's a bone. Look. Let me commend a particular assistant linesman. My name is referee, but last season, Kotoko 11 wonders. I was 30 man. 11 wonders share go be. At that particular point in time, I'm share go. Not Kwame Ba appear in the line. Kwame Ba appear. The 11 wonders player Ibrahim La, they know 11 wonders, was between Kwame Ba and Ismail Ghanaian and or share go. And the linesman took an offside decision. But it was a correct decision because at that particular point in time, Kwame Ba F in the line is an outfield player. Ismail Ghanaian, the last man, is now serving as a goalkeeper. And Ibrahim La was offside. Similar incidents we could see. Tamale cities. This time around, the opposite way. Tamale City Nina I offside. The referee. So if you want to mass a Jew, a bon into some incidents a bon.
It is deliberate.
It be a deliberate one because this kind of offside decisions. I didn't know when they say I run it through the leg. Into a lot of through balls, a lot of set pieces offside. My name say be a nature of our pitches. They be a come, I don't know. But a idea a tight and so just what are they in our league? Second half by way. It is mostly starting leg, 3 starting matches 3 p.m. So it is getting to 5 p.m. It's soon kakraba. I realize this thing as the moment 4:30. 440 employer so we sure ayana what are they changing on Katanya we are being. So at this moment it is very difficult for them. And maybe the nature of our pitch and I don't know a general problem. It's not even in Kotoko games in what are they with no. Once I be see what they your first goal I consider against Dreams. Another offside, but the linesman could not stop. Let me just pair. When to me who said the player know you're off before you ever ball or not. That's the issue. Didn't make us say nobody should take that risk. They say the last 2 centre backs of Kotoko. Amunya the last night. And not play a game number cheap. Who John cheap. Make sure say offside the BM. You to me and simple. Monsmunya na mo kwa. Mengo ye wa dwen se bia wu gyina no apaway in fair game bia wu gyina no menye wa dwen se wa ye off into nya ko gi panani asekura akona go gyina because I had the mobile hook that boy nya tat ne ma so no pa ba touch ne me no be yan flag no aka se wanyi go ne ma tete ne sawo na so on pe ja flag ta so I had na a bomb pies I there back a come be because when we say class 1 and class 2 for that person. And a lot of them, no me referees are saying ABN analysis expose by now no. I'm not in commodity division 2 division 1 other premier come by can be a next 2-3 years na come over premier. But I didn't appreciate about straight away. It's a bit lacking the experience. And then they are lacking the experience. But I think say I never could meet me up one attractive Sergio. If the F done or quite dreamer, they should think about a form of VAR and from my leg. And when
you think so far, but wow.
Oh yes.
I'm telling you. And yet, I'm not bad for anybody. Indeed, African Champions League final 2019. Your car from UAE. Bar no car equipment damage. Into the second leg of mobile Tunisia, yan set up bar no. Go by now. Some check whether it's offside or not. I'm going to not set him a final. No, the carton is short. Oh my God, between Esperance no work. Yes, but now bar be a bit cheaper. So Egyptian leg use VAR, Sergio. Moroccan leg use VAR. I think South African league, I don't know, but I think they are also doing something about it. Tanzania is planning to implement VAR because they feel say it is not about say that the correct version of VAR Europe, the full complement of that. But Sergio, all you need is 2 cameras be a bit cover the game. Are connected to a screen. I will just one train with people in the VAR room to assist things. That is all. The moment it happens, until the watch on the court, the one where checks, especially with penalty incidents. Now, I feel say it be me a Buapayo for a way back and Majumani demon more. Because only so what assistance of VAR. To be seen you are not sure, you have to go and consult. So consulting now who say where the yes in who say I'm here and and they have born and so it gives them an advantage. Say about question, no idea, all right it. Around talk about this because if you can have a van travel to the stadium, if say your match is able to see your GFA cameraman, economical capture. Say a camera can easily be connected to a screen. We here 60 inches screen. I was a park this would be. We have a source of electricity. I'm the every president. Say you mentioned when I say club will be our venue to be able to pass the test. Club line is now hosting. You have to remember purchasing cameras there connected to a screen. At any point in time, it should be working. A source of electricity. Every game, referee should be able to access it. You will move to the nearest venue. A WhatsApp facility in the matches. You see, regulations when a league, and a teams, a player teams. You need serious people to think like what
you're saying. Which chipping the regulations. Which chipping regulations now? You chipping things. Because to me, an name from one day. So when they be saying bar, you create maybe a match commissioners, and you can even train match commissioners. Not more closer to the VAR. All you need is one more referee. Just one more referee. A fifth referee. 4 referees no I don't know. I mean 5 referees because one more come here. 4 referees no actually because on the sorry no be effective change. And the changes players in the team are going to changes no more match commissioners no more. And then break bar, the fourth referee come and then usher in the change. Or we are the task screen actually. No, I share the echo because the whole fourth referee are overturning a decision and Baba another. So why not them put them behind the screen?
Very simple. Very funny.
Daniel Lie.
The darling boy.
So why not put fourth referees behind that screen? And maybe it will be something like maybe just a small shelf be able to cover the screen. So do cameras in back see linesman waiting, back see the other linesman waiting. So do a capture game no a Eagle screen so there were two screens. I had a hand and a bit many two angles at any point in time. I do baby you pan beba or slow it down, slow motion, or if there was contact, if not, say we will help them because sometimes I feel say they genuinely need help. If you know one of my things say, only a jumboni be our meeting. The team fine or the other, but I don't know so. You do baby, I will hear more and yes, I'm a break. The beans one more was shudder. Semi Yamboni maybe. Those ones are there. Those ones, the VAR will put them at the tight corner. This version of VAR, what is like Nigerian league? I'm gonna try in almost cup matches be. I'm gonna try a test a particular form of VAR. Emma, successfully. Yeah, boy, match be. Jumbo cup so they were Madina shoot definition. So you cameras can connect my TV. Normal TV with Jeju. And there was an incident that the referee went and watched the TV. I'm going to call it a camera shadow. Who said a penalty man got here?
It may be successful also.
And yes, successful. The people understood it. I'm going to get to a door, because the third said, look, you know, pay the papa, you pay Bibia a bebois. So why not? So if VAR any penalty tia kotoko, na a so clear say penalty, a good thing. Because they hear say a ref, I want the benefit of movement. No matter the form of replay, even say camera quality ni kurampo say do, any HD, say a 360p kurana. The referee will see it because maybe they want to see in replay to establish about the rules. No, they are not there. But means or say if say Nipanin not the natural position, a baby dano, and you're close to no on share that's or they making themselves big and they are stopping Bobby. That is all person will establish it. That is all. So we have the means to help. Sabi, so 150 is a bonus, local bonus. And so only men are gonna say that money I bet you a team be or maybe need 5 matches. The winning bonuses. A bit me purchase this Panasonic cameras, I purchase a screen because all you need is a monitor.
Oh, yes.
At a particular venue.
Oh, yes.
So you see, we are not ready to invest. We are not ready to page the standard of the league because the normal supporter be what if you come on time on stadium? It is say the bar come. When you saw the opposite question, send a operative.
Yes.
When you say fans around Accra, Baba, I would want to have the feel of how bar operates. Because the only stadium in Ghana are experiencing VAR, Baba. I can't sports stadium quite experiencing VAR, and that was Ghana, Nigeria. And if the FNE need to say VAR, Ghana versus Nigeria, Baba, and Nigeria first penalty if there was no VAR on the continent of Africa, can't work up. Because Baba Idris was attack Obi could try Bobby, but then it had established that there was a first foul on Baba Idris. So the referee went to VAR and cancelled it. You call the away return leg. So Nigeria shall have offside goal VAR and prove it. So with that VAR, and Kayanko World Cup,
Yeah.
So if you indeed want to get worthy winners of our league, because now the CAF Champions League, you do the knockout stages as I do, both CAF Champions League and confederations. When you free group stages are about the ejuma or knockout stages thing. From group stages, who qualify quarter final, semi final, final, VAR the ejuma. So class now getting used to VAR at home. And wow. So the North African clubs, they are used to VAR. The South African clubs are used to VAR. So ubedi baby no class to do one. The cast be be simple. The players in both even complain to refs and referee. Boss sign match and say corner pressure VAR because they don't even know how it operates and experience being on with such VAR. BS among experience BS in the league, domestic league or more. So if we want to have them, we need investment. We need this kind of thing to promote it. Yes, it can be and here. There are far more important presidents who are prioritizing it to help referees, to help improve officiating. Because when we say there was recently a tournament, I think, or was it AFCON or so, that they lie into me and Kobe Ango center referee. It's Chan. Because you have to be trained as a referee to be used to VAR. Nikrom yambole gaba. So now Paul James said when you referees benya FIFA badges on the continent of Africa, those referees should be familiar to VAR and they should have a form of training of VAR. Send me your call and say Ghana to me introduce that they will not careful who say there is VAR in the Ghanaian league. What is a lot of Ghanaian referees have a FIFA badge.
Yeah.
Because he's seen it now, and they are introduced on the continent. There's a country. I'm introduced on the way 1 year and put you I'm a referee, no any of that experience. So this is a good thing. And the class in some of the Congress, not try to raise this because you have enough money from sponsorship. I had to be for administration. Yankee will be $5,000. They establish cameras and a screen. NASA can be a better Obian, one match with Obian. Young fat an extra referee or young committee 24 referees. No, only in charge of VAR only to stay in the VAR room. Okay. No, stay that you know, people. As you.
Sasem we usu se techia hin ene nkonko peja anaze hani.
Techia hin one to one so that odi ayas ne kotokoma akem so mo primitive ne ade. You see football one in Branco so. I'm Branco so.
Sanyansa no money.
Yeah, blasters so much. I've lost attention there. But because I look at the Samatex Stadium, I love the gas.
Imagine Samatex, that's a vow. Imagine.
Yes, and so can you imagine the whole season? That was the first time the Star Times cameras are calling in Century Sports Complex.
Okay.
The whole of this season. This is the first time, and the first time a Star Times cameras call. And look at the quality of the pitch. How our atmosphere stadium next year. Not Yenya VAR. Now one change her baby.
Yeah.
Now BBSC, the referee goes and verify it. Look at how now corner city here. How now Adenaba TV so now coverage, so ya corner ya camera. Commentary ya corner ya camera. Open so tell me say league we want to attract a big sponsor. We should be thinking now. It's about league. Yeah, it's about making the game attractive.
Next election, how to amass wealth.
And I would want to see a big competition. I want to see their manifestos. I want to see these things in their manifestos. Tell them and bring it back. So we achieve now GD share. You have quality because team the GD share or quality. I reckon you should be number. So I then I'm going to say then let's find a way of means to help referees. You appreciate it. Let them be on quality and preparedness and deadly. Because the team will soon to fail. They'll tell them what and the one time you will be my. But when you to failure, what do you mean you to do my?
Sorry,
that is it.
Sorry. And go focus and VAR, and they know with about $300,000 now being a VAR completely. But means so I bet you if I say, I mean, you would even.
So, that is the set of complete VAR no share. A bar room, a wall, and the money. But can say all we need is a form of assistance of a benefit of free play.
Exactly.
And not necessarily that particular form of VAR. Even people share one of the investors, computer science departments, and technological departments to try and devise a system for this. And they will do it perfectly. Because I cameras. Now, the company said you can Facebook Live, Stadium B. BBSC. There's a screener, you try the live, AE was screen so. Now I dare see a pause stream. No? Even Facebook Live or share match live, you can go back and check it.
Yeah.
So we see the referee then comes to the screen, just a touch screen, no back. We cover it a car, we fail incident, say let's see a boy reach our way, contact room. Maybe simple. When you're there, I also occupy the complete VAR. No, you are giving your referees
100,000. You are good to go. You can do it.
Yeah, you are giving your referees because there are leagues penalties. There were leagues. I'm introduced to the fifth and sixth referee, and I'm the NSL referee back was now net and echi. Or since back was the net to flow echi. I'm going to say the check penalties.
Yeah. Even
there were links that yes, there were links that introduced to because now they want to curb the penalty until they buy. And people so introduce you can't. So this is not an issue. I think what's the agreement? No, I will commit clubs to get it at their home venues. Get it at your home for Premier League only. We are Premier League only, and Premier League venues no. Teams in the 18, venues in the 18, because lots of venues are shared.
Accra Lions say you Accra Sports Stadium.
Do be about 4 teams to me so Accra Sports Stadium.
Olympics use.
Yeah, 3 teams.
3 teams they use. Kumasi
yes.
So the fun is
2 teams.
We use
Tamale 2 teams were
2 teams in the
2 teams were. Yeah, so this is not any big deal. Be we told be 2 teams they use to. So this is not any big thing. I mean, it's 1 year we are about bigger 10 venues spec, and then you get these things done there, and then the venues they have big spaces.
18 clubs, right? So 3.
Yeah, I think so. Streets or possibly in your any process. Just like Stanards van and we a van. So we a van now. If a ball game over, now be park what I say. So be park on cover the game live. The BSC go and check it. Simple. So when you put your baby movable, your best schedule. I mean, matches need to the extent say ABI so 4 matches nearby. Or Mako 5. This 5 will be at this particular venue. Simple. When you're back home, you'll be in the BA areas, call those venues. When you're big Kumasi, I mean, Kumasi, we should have permanent bar because national teams they are there poor. So no, yes, the right last for a World Cup qualifier. Not it was some baby van, it was part of one of the requirements. Which Newton Dasobre was heavily involved. In James no baby. I'm the idea see what to say as a and they are soft for preaching was we. And I have so screen is him, and I have connected wires. I was at the stadium that day. BBC a ref in the bar just to check the screen. Simple. So a means of getting replay to referees. I think it's a day is a joke. I was say class no pushing. I mean, we have to. Oh, sure. I
don't oh yeah, I'm a Juma, but a Povio Becansi Mua on your friend. In
fact, anybody up now. This year election, so what you make up from pass almost uncle Esquire,
yeah, apologies.
No, Yamako, Oduro Safo, Fredikachi, a whole lot of them. I doubt.
Yeah, I like the Bruce. I say, and Ukraine, no. Entigremu. I say, and Ukraine, no. And then, where is Alaji Bruce? So, send me a woman, is it here? For 100,000, but I didn't give you. I cannot know. So betray our cat, send you woman to sit here. So you're Christian, so you're Cremoni, more you know you. Now there be no there. Ghana, oh sorry, so who did no credit football, my dear, and found out. Until Beer Pimpin was in the pain, then sent for one area on the interview. And then I go so. I like the idea. Oh, one sister. But I was one to say, oh, I was going to so. What was that for? The sofas want to say, the almost MPP near, and then now all Banan Crawford will say MPP. Or no, he's some call work happy. When you are portrayed Jina Hokachre will be said, had it not been footballer, Nkonum want to be with him and in Mekasa. Oh, yes. He opened his mouth to say this to a fellow human being. Says, and yet, footballer, and Kono, and to me, Emma, Nanim, and in Mekasa. Look at the kind of thinking that it be because no. Free heaven by no bar and said that I don't be as a coach go around and make a son. On any minute to heaven or any pass from system. Nessun for so pan saying, yes, or links or links or Sika, football, the most worst, useless. The business Abraham. For so bad, the football, it keeps on thinking every now and then.
Oh, now I had to look at a come of fast years and community supporters, Beba. Yeah. 3 bars a cry. If they are cosily gone, which is Tower Legon. My younger sister will Legon. If the 3 bars is a cosily gone. We hasn't a common word for a phone idea. Oh, I don't know. Yeah, Manchester United, see. If you are doing the El Clasico, just a lot of matches to watch. A European match or
yes. Kwame, the thing of Jimmy, radio so, and I have a men's abreso, or Becca cycles, or take a decision, or Beffel, no, Akasa, as a management, no call supporters, and I say, no, say, Kwame, take it from me. And I am Ponsa, now that's a bre, Denta, Sewaji, any Brunino, you know the 4 years, honey. Omunina bet me to know Triesico, a promote game from an opa. To a numere, say game way, ye be free, listen to me, free for 1 week. Babayara, Enyama. Take it from me. Send me a football next year, send me interest, no, a coffee. Kotoko management can decide to go on radio, promo our game for a week. Me say, Omoma. And then Kotoko, it cuts across. And so called Samurai boy. Now Kohuni Pakakra said Omaba, no be game na. And fact and no quite near stick and cast a football and go focus interest in
the as you, Mammy Bemwa, these people, Entina Mikase, Omu is sycophants. these people now, almost from also football people, they will praise Samates. They will praise maybe Dreams. Say, oh, when stadium on but put the same number of people there one. Emna Baba Yara, but Baba Yara no, ebi adipa 4,000. But you say, oh, poor attendance because a hostel stadium is small. It's nipa 2,000 crowd called my yes, you need to buy. But Baba Yara a big 4,000 crowd is low attendance. Enye Jimia. How would the person and as a personality? Ebeka say I had 2,000 because of the package and I am it's nipa koi, but I had the other so 4,000. Just say I am and I say half it's you look. Look at that.
Over refer to Herbert Mensah very so, and then I have Mensah or catch it almost every birthday.
No, the point is that we should understand that even Herbert Mensah at this moment will have that problem now.
This problem, no one, it is a West African problem.
Yes.
And see, and on a bizarre said Tamala, Herbert Mensah, not other West African countries, no more problem of low attendance. Anyway, and my time and again said Herbert Mensah's methods in today's world. The last time, many our Muhammad lay a conversation be our a protocol top 4 match between Kotoko has the 2 and stadium now buffer between 2000. I think that was the IMC
2003 IMC Nana.
Yes.
Nana Bantam first coming.
So maybe our say one. What were the competing factors?
Was it the 2-0?
Other sorts of
Kotoko has 2-0, right? It was Azik Boateng,
I think so.
Steve Rodru.
I think so. And I may catch and say that time, not any source of entertainment be one. 2, not foreign football. Dominating Ghana.
No.
Because that time, no Ghana minor Casablanca World Cup, maybe a simple and say it's me channel good players, more may ever players. That time, now one access to foreign football, so between the TV so clear because now meaning the number of DSTV give you our Ghana. Even centers in power back on what we
in 20.
No,
DSTV centers so
Nana didn't so at that time no. Now even DSTV was so expensive. So expensive. Now
yes, because now any DSTV Ghana import as a sub agency.
Yes, South Africa.
South Africa for the Baba being story amount. I just say we are extremely rich.
But Nana no
around that time they do.
Nana no more baby wa. Na o more baby. So
but no baby wa.
Multi choice.
Multi choice.
Like I say, Oma be no say Joe.
I know crown multi choice.
That time
now you will be company. Now I affiliate to DSTV because Herbert Mensah time no. And they started say Eba on team kakra. But they didn't. First of all, Herbert Mensah time now they started say Eba on team. That was 1999. And no. Now they bought one team got installation kakra say MTN. And yeah, you need a SIM card then time 600,000.
SIM card the body.
At that time, one of mine also when you 600,000. And I got a SIM card. Now it takes even my first SIM card I me dream me kai and MTN for Ebechama the then crusading guide. Workers in Anna minya bi etimi man top. Now imagine Omochama yeno. At that time, near 60 and they are 60 Ghana, right? 600,000. They need 60 Ghana. But what? Why they was Ghana back to me? I know.
I'm competing brand. Competing brands.
That time, Krampono. Etikopo TV nimpo aye colored no. Ahimpo na network system ni ma nipa no be hwebi. Obe connecting mama na hwe. Na fa compare ne ya the DSTV no. Bebre wo bi wo mu fie. Aside centers no which may 2-3 city akwaken obi san wo bi wo ne fie ne TV board a ho kese o hwa wo hu say after what stadium na ehwe imagine because so ko DSTV center ko hwe European game na 2 or 3 cities but the stadium not costing more than that. So consider the cost now.
One game pencil.
One game yes. Again, so and then that particular time, smartphones are accessing internet. Na yahin. Call na de be. Ubenya de be call. But then within 30 seconds, match European game be no to mention on the phone. Because me with DSTV mobile so. So maybe I'm mobile with DSTV. The other games in any DSTV streaming sites, within 30 seconds, I am watching it. And then I'm share Ghana near Niama between North Zealand and Abroad in Denmark. You show me phone too. It is not even on this TV, DSTV, but you have phone too. So that time, within 30 seconds, will be actually European football on the phone.
You just need internet. You just need internet to watch it.
The youth now are so much embedded in European football. European football is a you a page any muna air sound on. I'm better not having without you feeling.
Yes.
It's one when you're a donor and it's my passion for football. Then a person of monetizing a passion any football now I don't know through betting. So I am so much attached to a European football because a whole I'm a qua now more and then for the local football they do. I'm going to cost it on Kakaka. It will be a Wakucha bet to be on local football not stadium hall. No, one be. There are others in Pomo believe say yes, football is corrupt in put on don't have no tablet or Ghana matches so European football and what we need and sports shows. I was already doing TV. I am dominated by foreign football, European football. My name was first and let's say, yes, first, I will enjoy the Fox Mono and I'm not foreign football. I dominated so much. It won't promote me dominated time being put 1 hour for Kotoko.
Yeah,
I remember there was a time, yes. There was a time after Black Stars Radio, any idea. Everything was about national team and local football. So, my main citing one to me for an example. So, one to me, foreign sports presentations, the analysis. And so, sometimes they are around 10,000, any person, 10K, 10,000. Now, that is from 1 o'clock, 1:30, 2 o'clock thereabouts. Now, the moment they see 2:30, when I'm analyzing foreign football, analysts maybe right into local football and analyzing. The fee will drop from 10,000 to about 1,000. Into 9,000 a year. Because what's switching over from foreign football to local football? It's 9,000 a year in the system. Which is a danger to my look around them, time. So, Sarabi Panana or Tikumase. Then it says of a stadium. So, the dominance of foreign football, say our league should be doing things that are very more comparable, a bit easier fans. Because the Moroccan league over. The league, you show on platforms, you show Champions League, you show Premier League, BN Sports, and they try the Moroccan League, the Egyptian League. So when the league, they say it is up there competing with the European leagues into around Tobacco Stadium. Even with them, they are struggling with spectators of Kaka. To walk around, oh yes, I know money being here. You struggle with spectators. And let me tell you, say, look, say, games in Bokotoko were there. Sometimes Bokotoko, I was having a boy. That time I was assumed, I believe Bokotoko was assumed. Some games when I assume within a whole year, Obehun Kotoko once, Obehun has once. So 2 games are sold out events.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, promo sold out. But Seni, also dreams more home to Karela. Baby any more home to Wafa. Ediana, a more home to Mediama. Side games, no. A low patronage. I want to know who said whether they attend the games or not. And I know soon a couple when you didn't have the average attendance. Near a bomber once, a bomber full at those stadiums. Just twice a season. Just twice a season. Because ono kotokone has no. Who they say the biggest thing say Okuman say I better want money quality kakra ti no kwakoshe. And almost stadiums simple so mo kakra ayema. Now the normal fan no Okuma say akra. Onye a core fan of protocol has or a football lover. And then the normal attracted to the stadium to watch local football. So Kotoku as a back or maybe be back Kumasia. Or when they said these two teams, they have the quality enough to make games competitive. A very fair, Jabi. But besides, the normal fan football fan in Accra and Kumasi. So what is a El Aliba? What is Esperance in back? Even those around the Zambia, just Komuni at the end of bar, when they say the game is more competitive and attractive, a competent because our teams so on time. So the question is not about attendance, it is about in that particular product. So the question is about league in general and person.
And now Adeba Kozusa a woman was that last season Crado na Nipa Eco Stadium nenye that low to see this season. And one factor I attribute to here, most especially Black Stars. After say a call World Cup, once say you call World Cup on the band, look at the commentaries around. So say fan next year, notice say a large groups are here interview or say 2 weeks no could do Katano, he risked his life. So 2 weeks, it was 100,000 he deserves or your fan who comments now where you have drive that person away. And then I can tell you on authority say due to some Black Stars Neomane bar out after this World Cup, I start driving a lot of people away from your games, especially this season from 2023 because Omo say na say na FA for no come fire nye hwe yen taxpayers money na di cho mine kano na so mine bobo ne kano say obi akodi animu 2 weeks near man $100,000 now we say the league win na no 34 games or winning or no benya $25,000 then the best shiny pan say onko 2 your stadium odwa is being owned by the government Yabobo Ninewi, Yamusa Neni Papa Stadium Pa. Yes, a gross, Kotokoi Bienya, 3 billion. Yet TV Kotokoenya, Abia 1.5 and 1.4 billion. The Panisati was and then the DNT SM costed because you see a quality team in Yeska. Name deductions, minimum in Yeska sing team Lydia, and a memco. So these 2 channels, and now my FNS so say, come to beat my bar on the grounds. About Juma, ama mefa say Timamunino, and I say any ordinary person, and a football fan, and we say no, it be a Black Stars, it was by virtue of Nyoma win, Abia mama for a free illegal, it be at this time around illegal airborne, wow, Beji Legino. Ubenya $100,000. The ubedi second, ibinya be $60,000. The ubedi third, ibinya be $30,000. At least, the supporters say, then let me go and support my team because $100,000. A bag sikema now is about 13 billion. You bet my baby carry my club. But Okoye Sadeno now command management member just 2 weeks. Okoye $100,000. No need to be feel say a boapaye and a moye. And now Ghana football is about Kotoko and Hans. And now Kotoko winning was some boy. Look at the videos. A man very well for our model Montuma second or Mate Kotoko car bus and traffic. so mama bass nema emrewa form mujina kwemu and make I could count about by F4 emrewa for ne young guys ne abesiwa for no like you said almost summer boy waka at least almost team ne summer test league but look at the look at the excitement it brought around. That is how say Kotokone has any pija your football no wherever. And most of the times I am very sad to say Bakuba fight it, not the other one but can one moment now fight it day. Ama ometmenya de maximum respect and I say there in terms of sharing of money no not about watching because he thinks I'm affiliated to this person now or yet the FA president. And that is killing our ball. Say ne Kotokone has a move from the to the highest level. You see how football fans will go back to the stadium. It's a part of it, and they are Goro boys now on the social media because it makes some of the football fans furious. Or both platforms so Becky can or Becky can be a radio station in the north now or can look at we shall do no more so or a football fan now Kase sporting director somewhere and they make changes and I say how do you expect the stadium to be full? But you forgot to say it deterred the supporters from the stadium. Say stadium. Why don't we put product packaging very well? She said this time mobile blaster game, and tomorrow you see a lot of the people and then say Makado and then some of the Blasters management committee and the coach and Chris Shooting and then George Boate. And this one I consider as a
he's one of the most useless people ever. The number of the MPP DNA was no improvement.
What you Kumase Equisi? Didn't I want to be quite venues and I want to be Kumase and me promote a league and say, hey, fans, see, at least. Samuya Sanyo Mana, and no crumpled ginger. Some of the fans say, oh, every for the crown, or almost a little bit of remorse. Say, be a new man, and yet it's this time around. It will change some of the supporters, not journey, Naka by virtue of that. I think it's a blaster game, what I question for Premier League games, the most three. Now, Premier League players, blaster players, when we play, same mana.
Alane.
We play, same mana.
Alane. Yeah, okay. And then if a pass in Casancrofe, Bom, these are me gurus, or more bomb, bromo, musica that Danny Honia, Manama did win. In Casa group of people here from high school for a big group of after meeting. I was a friend say, Flaster, a friend say, Jubilee House. No man penny a mom or quite some metanasi. One penny. I dare back me no me answer. And then high a Ghana lake anymore. Employment in Swat and the bow mining money. Ya trolling in a gun cataso. You near the Sedeka Sabia. Your sponsorship package at your free. Ghana, friend is saying, companies in the beho. Nin say the falso. Nasa, Eja, what I cheer. Yen sabe to me. Don't forget the president or your football administrator. And now I be paying. Maybe it's a Ghana gas. And I say petroleum for you, coffee codiamo, and a Numa Cassia Hakana. Would you, Alani, I'm paying $500,000 every year. Says he cannot deal with the baby, the baby price money. Yeah, the year price money, yen fan go see friends, yen fan go see friends saying pitches staff no administrative no. Yeah, the 100,000 to ho winner no ebeji. Yeah, 100,000 so at to ho say 100,000 no. Wow, be winning for FA Cup abeko Africa no. Yeah, ma 50,000. Wow, abeko Champions League no. Yeah, ma 50,000. And no now the be into the price money of 100,000 at one chain. You 50-50 so to Jose what qualify for Africa no automatic sika never drop our account more. I can say I cut 300 no afeche fama obia fama obia na cha wo che no condition say wo pese wo hunu say omo be set up a team every now and then no wo be hunu say omo promote game no say ye fie say abontin e wa said say wo be find team be call radio to radio be promote game na ma 500,000 pill from the government. And as near from the government coffers government only do no sponsorship the amount no there side keke. Meanwhile, you have your sponsorship on the mama usika 25,000 abechama ubia kona na go for adoho. Say Alan Martino say Baumio say Mahamo go to him, sit him down, never sign as a same way for tuning never saw better in the down. Any the anyone say so kwase afo bi se mo mfatione moto enko hune na so very because wakaseti am Jimmy nema hu hia nkwala nema eno na de ne asetai yeah asetai na na ho presido useless.
And aside that the government can make it a policy say oko Nigeria look at how our governance is supporting football especially clubs or more states in so. And even with this, government make like say, okay, they make Miami football and say now maybe a VATA yet be a 17.5 as a 20%. Now my wavy of every for money oh maybe and also one avenue kill clubs and also Pamo supporters. Okay, more than this I bet my wavy of maybe 10% ABS now clubs and because of say every week it be guarantee it will just 7% of that. 2 may I decided to say corporate bodies to say the World Cup and any Cup of Nations or yes or best solicited for funds from the corporate bodies to fund the Black Stars. Obit my say okay any government policy I bet down on my parliament will be approval. Said this time around, whoever company will sponsor the Ghana Premier League, what taxes are out here for the year, you will be 5% and as a 10% off. You will see companies on Beverage with higher bids to come and sponsor our league. Say yes, I don't know. One thing our government and also AU at the appoint league, say the bear, say the government directly or this kind of say. Yes, and maybe any directly class government in this can be legal. At least a crime be so what me idea other where one wavy of some taxes from maybe corporate bodies in ABA or Barber sponsor league, and it's one avenue all the time beyond every season beyond the Bema league now is so attractive and you'll be receiving higher bids companies to sponsor our league. So these are some of the things the FA you need to do with a free consultation here. At least just go and sit down, rewrite your news well, just seek that thing. Say there will be any government or a call for blaster budget. Use the same channel, use the same avenue, and the same strength to say league, at least very, very powerful. Maybe at the next 2-3 years to come. Because Ghanaian clubs after Africa, we are doing so well in African competitions. I said brand new part 1 in France here. One man coming somebody next time. Mechano say space will say how Mechano.
Adiasa, as you say, and now as you are into uncle.
This time.
What that?
Mini Joseph Mutania Mukumio Nami Busas Meja Tiasiana.
Eh, Now the chorister.
Dani anya de kona. So be fan phone to you was it. Space in it. In fact,
Maxi. Me apa, I say oba, I know a person of Becassa or William, so yeah, man of Mike. You're a Maxi with what I room. Me, I made it to me.
Oh, you are not no account.
And then come back and say, an account name, no. Maybe say me name, John Deere, my nobody. Then 10-20 minutes to cram up a song from someone. That's a to me. I can see what my big Joe.
Midweek here, Beno. Midweek Kotoko Focus Space.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kotoko Focus Space.
My mind's Wednesday.
Yeah.
Focus.
And then Wednesday and then Friday. Friday
they say all night.
Yeah, Friday I pay. Look, I'm what I pay. I say.
What you pay?
Friday.
That's a very easy or and then I might get done.
Oh, me, my husband, my the it's very ballpark. Yeah. Make actually. You want to say, my enkasa, let's say, Yemiensa. Nah. Me did you one, yeah, me did you.
I was for any did in this way. I branch in as a volcano. Miss Samuel, we said now, I branch a friend and soldier be a cano. Me name was a man can't be. Or more,
no, be able to.
What 2 hours can we say, the soldier be? Or what?
Yeah, production. I feel it drew why. If you know where Benjamin Mike, if you don't want to Mike, I'm not a sign years. We beat you to Chahoma. And then the drawers with more.
I was for Yami Samu in a hand in the way. The Yami Adma, never sign a share view. Yaman coupon on coming in Amo. Now, Moody, you see, this is a chair. Seven, young Kofi.